Okay, what's good? Okay, so this is like my 5 Bayonetta 3 theories. I'm gonna keep it straight, simple, to the point. Theory number 1. Dante from Devil May Cry will be in Bayonetta 3. If you look back, you'll see that Hideki Kamiya and the rest of the squad at Platinum Games had like a little poll, and they asked fans which version of Dante they want in Bayonetta 3. And even further back, Hideki Kamiya himself was approached by a team, I believe that was from Capcom, and they wanted to put Bayonetta in the Project X sequel, or Project X Zone. Anyway, they wanted her to be communicating with Dante as well as the rest of the DMC cast. But Hideki Kamiya said no, and said that if there was gonna be a game where Dante and Bayonetta actually do meet in canon, he was going to be the one to make it. And the rest of his team at Clover Studios, before they became Platinum Games, they made the original Devil May Cry game and started that series off. So I don't know if he owns the rights to it or that specific version, or I don't know, but it's possible, it's feasible. Plus, it would make sense given the way the lore and the story is going. Jubileus is dead, Aesir is kaput. The only deity left in the Trinity of Realities is Queen Sheba, so that's a possibility. Theory number 2, of course, it's my main one, the multiverse theory. The world of Bayonetta has multiple timelines. So, Bayonetta will possibly be interacting with other versions of her. I've created, you all know the 3 that Raccoon has. The original Bayonetta that we all know and love. There's young Cereza, the little girl from the original timeline of Bayonetta that when timeline was changed, a new one was made, and she, basically the one without the mole. You know. And then there's third Bayo, which we believe to be dead from the Records of Time in Bayonetta 2. The ones I created are 5. I believe that Bayonetta gets wiped out by the mysterious purple figure from the trailer, and along with the whole Trinity of Realities. But she is brought back by a being called the Divine Will. If you look up Jubileus' information from Bayonetta 1, you'll discover that she is actually an embodiment of the Divine Will. So I believe that Jubileus, Queen Sheba, and Aesir are 3 separate remnants of that being, because Aesir and Queen Sheba didn't exist until the original universe was split into the Trinity. Coincidence? I think not. So yeah, anyway, Bale's brought back, and she has to recreate the Trinity of Realities to an extent, including the multiverse, which will be insane. Or certain timelines will be allowed to exist, if that makes sense in some way. I don't know. Basically, she gets the eyes of the world in some facet. Basically, you know about my multiverse theory. It'll be somewhere down the line in the video or already ahead of it. Theory number 3, I don't believe the main antagonist, I don't believe the purple figure is the main antagonist, because we've never seen the main antagonist in any of the teaser trailers. In the first trailer, Bale was whooping some angels. In the second one, she fought the Masluan Sage, Baldur. And now we get the antagonist for the first time? And no. Besides, now that John's her best friend and Baldur is resting in peace with Rosa somewhere, possibly. I don't know. He's a sage. She's a witch. So yeah, they're probably not going to be spending the eternity together. But we can hope. We fans. But that's not important right now. There'll have to be someone to challenge Bayonetta along this journey, like there has been in the earlier games. In the first game, it was Jean. In the second game, it was a younger version of Baldur. I believe the antagonist that we see in the teaser trailer will be the person we'll be fighting over and over moving forward. As for the main antagonist, it could be Lilith, according to Raccoon's theory, or it could be the Divine Will, according to mine. But in this case, for this third theory, it could be, okay, hear me out. What if the Trinity of Realities isn't really a Trinity at all? I mean, technically it's not. I mean, there are 4 universes, if you count Purgatorio, which is the bridge between all 3 worlds and kind of holds everything together. But what if okay, look, the Trinity of Realities is light, darkness, and chaos in between. Light counteracts darkness, but chaos can't exist on its own. I believe there is a 4th deity, and it rules over another realm that nobody has seen. And this realm is the realm of order. Do with it what you will. As for who rule, it's possible because Omne exists, so there are clearly other deities outside of the 3 that we originally knew of. Theory number 4. There will be a figure that's coming after, if not the original version of Bayo that we know and love, it'll be every version of her. Someone will be going across, like the Bayonetta that we saw in the teaser trailer wasn't Bayonetta or young Cereza, but another Bayonetta from another timeline or another universe. And this figure We see the figure disappear right as this Bayonetta is perfected. I believe he's moving on to another one. Like, it could be a member of the Umber Witches that's pissed off because Bayonetta lost the eyes of the world, which technically wasn't entirely her fault, but still. It could be a new foe. You know, the witch hunts were a thing. Maybe this is like we're finally getting to see a witch hunter or an inquisitor. Could be interesting. Basically, the reason why I think this theory makes sense is because I like a lot of different forms of fiction media in the media. You know, novels, comics, manga, anime, obviously, and of course, video games and movies. And whenever there's a world with a whole lot of magic power or magical potential, like big ass spells that warp reality and shit, or time travel, there's bound to be magical rules. Because there's really seems to be no limits to the magic in the world of Bayonetta. So there have to be laws in play. My thoughts are that, okay, see, look at this. Bayonetta has done some things. People in her verse have done things that would be considered big no-nos in other forms of fiction when it comes to magic. Okay, she's constantly gone back in time and changed events in history, creating different timelines. What are the rules about time travel? Don't mess with the past. She's done that countless times. But then again, that's not entirely her fault, so. And number two, she brought her best friend back from the dead. Bringing the dead back to life. The dead should stay dead. And she's killed 2 deities so far. And the eyes of the world, the power that kept everything in balance, are completely gone. So that's 4 things. I mean, all these big things and no consequences or repercussions of any kind. I mean, we see some kind of consequences with the natural disasters throughout the world in the second game, and finally, that brings me to theory number 5, my Streaker theory. I believe the purple figure, when I first saw the trailer, and even now, I don't believe it's Rodin because he simply doesn't have a motive to kill Bayonetta, especially like that, even if it was prequel or not. So I believe that the purple figure is the Umbran Elder. I mean, the shape of the hood goes in kind of like a moon-like loop. You see it when the figure is far from the distance and Bayonetta's heels on the ground. You can see both of her heels during the iconic landing in every teaser. Yeah, but right before the figure disappears, I believed it was the Umbran Elder. I mean, you got the sigil breaking and everything. So yeah. It makes sense. And because if you think back to it, I'm going to ask Rakun to play Rakun, play the beginning of play the very first cinematic of the first Bayonetta game right before we even get to the menu.
Our laws are clear. They demand you be eternally imprisoned. As for the impure child, she must be kept from the path of the dark arts forever.
There, you see? Bayonetta was never really meant to learn the dark arts at all. But somehow she has. I believe that the Umbran Elder is coming back as a
Hey! Oh my god! How are you going? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being so patient with me. It's been hectic, but I'm here. Thank you so much for coming.
Are you kidding? Thank you so much for having me.
It's alright. I just wanted to ask you, how long have you been a fan of Bayonetta?
I've been a Bayonetta fan since, well, for like actual freaking years. Like ever since like, I want to say 2009.
Wow.
I have an uncle named Tony, and
Yeah.
my mother dropped us off on him one time because she had to go to work and she was going to be late and she didn't have anybody else to watch us. So, desperate times, desperate measures. So anyway, he had an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
All of my brothers and sisters wanted to play outside, but I'm not exactly what you call an outdoor person. So I'm probably forgetting my manners if I didn't say this before, but thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem.
It is a pleasure and a privilege to finally be able to speak with you in person. If you want to record this, which I'm not going to lie, I do encourage.
Yeah. Oh, it's been recording this whole time, by the way.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
If you're gonna post this, hey everybody, my name is Daniel. It's a pleasure to finally get
one of the OGs of this channel.
Period.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Yes, our queen. So,
anyway, y'all subscribe to my boy's channel. We gotta get it out there. We gotta get him up one more.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much.
Sumimasen.
Huh? Sumimasen.
And I know you say the video you said when you reacted to the death battle, even though you already seen it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because I believe the fight could have gone either way.
Yeah. I think it could have gone either way now. Yeah.
But I was gonna buy it for the queen, but
Oh, I'm Team Bayo all the way.
But it had to be under certain conditions.
Right,
And
right.
you know, during the analysis, sorry, they hyped up Dante, but they
Right.
are severely undersold.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They didn't talk about her
I
talents,
can
they
see
didn't
that.
talk about
Yeah,
her
yeah.
accessories, none of that.
Yeah. I didn't
Plus, they
see. Sorry about that. I didn't see like so much love for Bayonetta in that video. Like they did seem like DMC fans, like the makers of that video or the writers, I would say. Like I don't know. It just felt it did feel like biased. I guess it did feel biased. I'd love to see a round 2. It was a great fight, nevertheless, though. But
Oh, they're going to do it. I have a feeling that they'll do it most likely.
Yes.
DMC5 has dropped.
True,
and
true.
There's a Visions of V manga for DMC out.
Okay,
right now.
okay.
So, and Bayo 3 will be dropping.
Exactly.
We still have faith.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
So, it would be ridiculous if they didn't do it. I mean, they've done like 3 different death battles for Wonder Woman and 3 for Batman.
Oh, okay.
Big events that go on. So, of course,
Yeah.
they're going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. They did it for Superman vs. Goku, right? They did a rematch for that one. So
Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that here because we ain't got no dogs in that fight.
keep it in Bayer's lane. So
We want all the smoke, but we don't want that kind of smoke. That's like spice marijuana.
100%. Yeah, I know that one's.
We got in all kinds of colors. That's rainbow smoke. We don't need that. That kills people.
Exactly. Like there's I know the Batman the Goku versus Superman one is much more like rowdy and toxic. I know that one. But for Bayonetta and Dante, you 100% believe that Bayonetta should have won that, right? Or do you think either way? Oh, of course you do. Yeah, yeah. But
I believe it could have gone either way, but I did want her to win. And then when you have a difference in opinion, DMC fans will call certain.
Yeah.
Be fair.
Like
call you salty.
I was going either way, and they're like, no, Dante. Like they're like really riding Dante, and they're actually very, very not all of them, but some of them are like super serious about it. But yeah, like I just tend to stay away from those type of people. I like I like the people who like to have fun with the fight, even though it didn't go their way. You know, and of course I know they're Bayer fans like yourself. Like they're Team Bayer all the way. # Team Bayer. But like,
period.
I'm pretty sure like the rematch is the one that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm sure you're looking forward to as well. Like, oh my gosh.
I am, as long as they don't make the same mistakes.
Exactly. As long as they don't make the same mistakes.
Which is why I'm going to make a few posts soon, because there's a whole bunch of Bayonetta's abilities that nobody talks about or nobody looks into. For example, I sent you a question on the
that's right.
Like, did you know that? Did you know that Bayonetta actually has a super insane healing factor and self?
I didn't know about the healing factor. Where did you read that on?
Okay, now I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a minute to notice this, even after I had the debate with Izamaru on YouTube.
Yeah.
But you know the whole bleeding flower petals mechanic, right? In the game?
Right. Get a bleeding flower.
Now, first I thought
magic, right?
Yeah, you bleed flower petals and it's temporary, and then they just go back into the fighting and they're knocked back a bit. But I thought this was just a simple game mechanic, and I'm sure you did too. But you'll notice that every time Bayo fights Jean in the cutscenes afterwards, there's flower petals everywhere every time she's sent flying. So it's not a game mechanic. That's genuine.
Yeah. It's canon.
So if they have flower petals when they're damaged, that must mean what happened actually happened. So that's why I say that Bayo and John can both take hits from when people try to big up, like, downplay Bayonetta, talk about where Dawn casually caught a punch from a serious Madama Butterfly. First of all, it wasn't serious because she wasn't in serious mode, okay? Second of all, Jean and Bayo hit each other with the fists of Madama Styx and Butterfly, and they still survive, and they can keep going. So, not downplaying anything, but that should be bringing up the conversation. Period.
Right.
Now, as for that, so like I said, when they get hit in those flower petals, and they survive, of course, whatever happened, which brings me to the fights with Luke Tier. You remember in the cutscenes, he blasts her with his blue energy, chaotic energy, and she survives. He's in their first confrontation when he was in the prophet form, he blasted her like 3 or 4 times, right?
Right.
And you saw the flower petals when she got hit.
Yeah, they do come out, yeah.
So that means she could still survive, take a hit like that and survive it. However, every time he shoots her demons with that, they're atomized. They completely disintegrate.
Yeah, yeah. So Wicked Weaves
She
don't
should
work
be
on
able to be turned
Lopter.
to. That means she should be, and he one shots her demons. So that means, so her defense and endurance should be up there.
Yeah, I see. Much up
And
there, much
she
up
was,
there.
and we saw the flower petals, so she was still damaged. But however, she was fine afterwards. There wasn't no scarring, no bleeding, no bruises, nothing.
Yeah.
And she was still able to get back up afterwards. So she struggled in the beginning, but she still got back up and she was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has a really severe healing factor, and it's quick, it's fast acting as well.
I do believe that healing factor can also come from the Umbran Watch, because the Umbran Watch does slow down the aging process. So I'm pretty
And,
sure,
it's
yeah.
relentless vitality.
Yeah, exactly. So it could be the Umbran Watch, and as well as like, you know, training and harsh training and all that stuff, conditioning with like training as an Umbran Witch. So yeah, that was a great find, Daniel. Like, really well done.
Thank you. And the self-regenerate, I'm glad you brought up the Umbran Watchers, because I believe that's what gives them their self. Okay, another mechanic.
Yep.
When Bayonetta finally dies in gameplay,
Yep.
you go to the blue room with the spotlight and ask you if you want to continue, yes or no. You pick yes. The voice of the Umbran Elder says the shadow remains cast, and you go
Yep.
back to where you were before you died.
Yep.
And 2, if you say no, you're dragged down to hell, and the contract is over, which is in the lore and in canon.
Yeah.
So, and what did Radon say about the Umbra Watchers in the second game when he talked to Bayo in the beginning? You'll need this, the heart of an Umbra Witch.
Yeah.
The magic that keeps your kind alive in this world for eternities.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah.
lifetimes.
Yeah.
Lifetimes end, but eternities are like a cycle. They keep going.
Right.
That means there's more to the contract. If a witch is not able to fulfill her ends or she dies, then it's over with. But they're still able to come back.
Yeah.
So there's obviously more. They have to choose. They either have to.
It's all right. Take your
They either
time.
have to be dead beyond the preparations, or they need to something. Whatever. My point is, as long as the Umbra Watch is in contact with the soul, and
Yeah.
the Umbra Watch is intact, they should be able to resurrect themselves. I mean, Radon literally explained that when he told Bayonetta how to bring Jean back.
Right. I see.
Plus, it keeps their bodies in a stable condition for at least 24 hours.
At least 24. Yeah, because that whole Bayonetta 2 game was just one day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Yeah. I didn't know about that. Or I didn't pick up on that healing factor. It does make sense now, like how she can take all those hits and all that stuff. So, yeah.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Plus, nobody really talks about spiritual energy or the moon or
The moon.
moonlight empowerment.
The moon, okay. About the moon. I remember I thought of that on the spot. Like, what if it's the distance of the witch to the moon? That's why when the clouds clear, like they increase their power either twofold or 1.5 fold. Like, so what were you debating on that one, by the way, with a friend?
Like I said, I was in 3 different debates.
Oh,
One
wow.
was,
Yeah, the
Bayonetta
Wonder
versus
Woman.
Woman.
Yeah.
One was Bayonetta versus Trunks, and the other one from Dragon Ball. And
Yeah.
the other one was
Naruto.
Bayonetta versus Naruto.
Which I was intrigued. Which Naruto was it? Like the grown-up Naruto or the Sage of Six Path Naruto? What were they talking about?
Basically, it was 2 over. The first round was 6 Path Naruto at the
I see.
Shinobi War.
I see.
And the second round was Adult Naruto. from
Adult
the Naruto
Naruto.
series.
I see.
And I said, Naruto is fast and these feats are impressive, but one, he doesn't have any way to counter her. He can resist his soul being taken from him, but he can't exactly resist his soul being corrupted or
Right.
attacked directly.
I see.
Which her weapons and her demons and her torture attacks are all capable of. So she has multiple ways. Hell, Bayonetta can even touch the soul directly. We see her when she picks up Jean in the second game.
Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm. So,
I love how they
yeah.
both. Oh, sorry. What was that? What were you saying?
Oh, go ahead. Please.
I was just gonna like comment on like I love how both Naruto and Bayonetta have demons in their sealed in them, or at least contracted with, or befriended. So it would be cool to see when if this was a death battle animation, I would love to see Bayonetta finally show Madame Butterfly, because she's like using 20% of her power now, and then Naruto says, "Oh, you have a demon as well," and then he unleashes Kyuubi. I think Naruto would have to use Kyuubi to at least try and match Bayonetta. I believe. I don't think he can take her on.
He wouldn't be able to catch her.
Exactly.
You remember the Irenic type angels from the first Bayonetta game, right? The car-shaped angels.
Yes.
Did you know they could cross a distance 1,000 times greater than the universe in 24 hours?
Oh, what? Really? What? Oh,
yes,
damn.
That in their bio.
Oh.
Do your research. You gotta look at what the enemies are capable of.
I'm sorry. I see. Okay.
I'm just happy I can inform you.
No worries.
That would make her massively faster than light.
That's true. If she can dodge that.
She can keep up with them. She can target them, shoot them, react to them, etc.
Right.
Go that fast. Now, crossing a universe is one thing, but crossing a distance 1,000 times greater than the universe, for hours, that's insane.
Yeah, so definitely Bayonetta's.
That's fast enough to keep up with DC characters.
DC.
And,
True.
And I use that information in the Wonder Woman debate, plus the fact that she was able to keep pace with Luke Aesir in his own dimension, which he and his dimension both transcend time and space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was thinking with Wonder Woman vs. Bayonetta, I automatically thought Bayonetta, because does Wonder Woman have any supernatural or demon type, or let's say celestial, like otherworldly being type of power? Does she have that?
Well, she is a demigoddess.
Oh, she is, right. Okay, I see.
She's plus, in her defense, she does have more combat experience than Bayonetta does, given her age.
Right.
Bayo's like 500 years, but Wonder Woman's in the thousands.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've never seen or watched Wonder Woman.
But Bayo does have more weapons, and I would say that her weapons are in the same league as Wonder Woman's.
Right. Oh, that would be a sick fight. I would love to see that fight. Okay. I didn't know about Wonder Woman being a demigod. I thought she was just like Scarlet, no, like not Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. I thought she was like Black Widow or like human level. I see. Okay, I didn't know that.
No, see, Black Widow can't keep up with Superman.
Oh no. Human level threat. Human level threat. So I like to. What? Who?
You gotta put some respect on Wendy's name now.
No. I mean Black Widow. You're talking about Black Widow. Like she's on human tier. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Is human tier.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, now this was very fun, but so basically, Bayo's wicked faster than people think, and all they talk about is even the thing with the statues, like the witch statue and the sage statue, and the lightning that comes between the two of them. She has to dodge them within a hair's breadth. Now, do you know what a breadth is?
Not the exact number, but quite so.
Oh,
the width.
The depth of something.
Yep.
Basically, to sum it all up in the calculations, because I did the research and I looked it up too. The breadth of a single hair, is like 100 up to 181 millionths of a meter.
Yeah.
She can't move until it's 100, not even a
until
meter,
that
181 millionths of
I
a meter.
I see.
From her.
Yeah.
That is light speed, even if it is aim dodging.
To dodge or to get into witch time?
Yeah, it's both, to dodge and to get into witch time.
Right.
Would have to repeat the feat even
more.
Yeah, with the boss fight with Temperantia.
Right.
Even the lightning stage, the electricity stage in Jubilee's boss fight.
Right.
Plus when she has to run down the spiraling bridge in her panther form in the first level of Paradiso.
Yep.
Of the Paradiso.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Thank you. I'll even send you that information.
Of course. I'd love to read it or read up on it. Yeah, I didn't know that what was it? That angel, the boat angel, could travel really fast. I know the
car angel.
Was it the car angel? Oh, okay. Car angel. I see.
Irenic. The boat one is kinship.
Kinship. I see. Okay. But like the car one can travel so fast. If Bayonetta can dodge it, then her reaction time must be, out of this universe, literally. So that was pretty cool to read up on and to hear from you.
Thank you. And I don't know if you go into the Versus Battle Wiki, but it's been confirmed. They found an old video of Hideki Kamiya confirming that in the Jubileus' boss fight, even though she only had the right eye, she was still able to create 3 universes in her fight with Bayonetta. Basically, the fire world, the ice world, and that cosmic storm she created were all universes.
Right. Oh, so they're different universes. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. And if they were and the sphere made out of halos and stuff like that big barrier that she was in, that she made in the beginning.
Yes.
Before the fight.
The giant ball.
That was the that they fight in. It's the origin of the universe, the original universe before it was split into the Trinity of realities.
Wait, Hideki Kamiya already said that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Wow. Sure. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so we've already seen then that means we've already seen the Trinity realities combined then.
Nope. See, the Fireverse and the Iceverse were both supposed to be examples of heaven and earth being made.
Right.
Get it? And Paradiso, like I said, is 1,000 times larger than the universe.
Yeah.
So if there's the size of that combined, you know where I'm going.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, so
it was pretty OD in that fight.
So the ball that they fight in, that's not didn't you say that was the Trinity of Realities combined?
It was the origin of the original universe that was split into the Trinity of Realities.
Right. Okay, I see. So before it was split. So before it was split. I see. Okay.
So, and with that information, of course, that confirms what I said was true. That black thing that she punched when she has all those tendrils, golden tendrils, hook herself into the sphere, and she punches that black thing, that vortex that'll suck you in. That's actually a black hole. I knew I was right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
everybody who said I wasn't, in your face.
Wait, what did they say? Like, I'm pretty sure it was a black hole.
They said it wasn't. I know it was a black hole.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. So what did they say it was?
They said if it was a black hole, then Bayonetta would have been the size of a planet, and she wasn't. They also said the same thing about those 3 galaxies that Jubileus threw at her like frisbees. They said if those were actual galaxies, then she would be the size of a planet, wouldn't she? I'm like, there's one thing to explain that, friend. Reality warping.
I think there are smaller black holes out there. They don't have to be gigantic, I don't think. I'm pretty sure there are, out there.
Yeah, but she was still able to create 3 universes within that sphere, and they weren't small universes either. They were still large. Like I said, that sphere wasn't just some physical structure, it was a metaphysical one.
Right.
It was the origin of creation, seriously.
Yeah.
Hideki Kamiya himself confirmed it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll send you the link to that later.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, even while Jubileus was still doing all this, Bayonetta was still able to draw blood from her, damage her, break those tendrils, and even knock her out unconscious multiple times during the fight. So Bayonetta is definitely universal or higher.
I see. Yeah, exactly. That's good. So in saying that, because I always use the argument of if she can withstand Jubileus and Acer, like I'm pretty sure Dante she can withstand Dante. But like in saying that, a lot of DMC fans were saying that Dante can fight worldly gods or Jubileus. Who else? Like, is there any gods that he fights in DMC? Because I've never played DMC.
Yes, Mundus, to give them credit, Mundus is definitely universal because he created one in the first game. So I give them that.
I see.
Abigail and the Despair Embodied and Architect should all be at that level as well.
Right.
Should be somewhat beyond them, though how far he exceeds them is not clear.
Right.
So I want to say that Sparta's on the same level of them, if not a little bit superior.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, Dante can definitely keep up with universal entities. So,
that's good. That's good. All right.
And then let me think. So yeah, that's why I was saying the fight could go either way, but Bayonetta she's not been as beneath him as a lot of them think.
Right. Oh, okay. So I know what the team Bayo means now. So they just undermined Bayo a lot in that fight.
Period.
Just a lot. I see. Okay.
And then we got the fact, like I said, she was able to do all this stuff to Jubileus during the fight and handle it all on her own. And they say the same thing. She still needed John's help to summon Queen Sheba to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god. Like, there's literally a video out there of Bayonetta finishing the fight and killing Jubileus without summoning Queen Sheba and hitting the climax buttons and doing all that. Now, her soul still goes into the sun because of the cinematic.
Yeah.
But it's possible. It's still possible. You don't have to hit the climax buttons. Just keep fighting. She'll keep regenerating. I think you have to do it like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's possible. It'll just click, flash, 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 like it does with all the other basic enemies.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'll be over. But, to each their own. Now that we've gotten that out the way and I've blessed you with this knowledge.
That's all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's move. My pleasure. Let's move on to the topic at hand, shall we?
Sure. What is that?
You said you wanted some Bayo tea. My ideas for the third game?
Oh, yes, please. Bayonetta T. I'm just typing it down. 3T.
Of course, not a problem.
I'm calling it Bayonetta 3T.
I love it. Okay.
All right, when you're ready.
Now, this is one of the ones that I made. Let me see if I can't find the other one. I'm looking through my files now. Okay, I found it. Things I want to see in Bayonetta 3 that would make Bayonetta more OP. Oh my god. Okay. Number 1. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Number 1 would be to evolve her toolkit. Take the swarm of powers and abilities that she already has and evolve them further. Like, I really want to see... And let me expand on that. I want to see everything that the Umber Witches are capable of. And I want her to have, like, more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, okay, they said they're going to do things with Bayonetta that they haven't done before.
Exactly.
And in the recent interview, I believe they did it earlier this month, they're talking about the new systems that they got are progressing well, are integrating into the system well.
Yeah.
So, and everybody thinks that means a good Bayonetta 3 is going to be multi-platform. No, that's not what they meant when they said systems. They meant new gameplay mechanics.
Exactly.
So what I want is, like, we got the dodging, dodge offset. Everything is centered around evasion. But the enemies in Bayonetta 2 were more... Their attacking was up, but so was their defensive was raised a little too much.
Oh my god,
you know, like basically when enemies will
the parries,
combo,
oh my gosh, I hate that.
I'm not fine with it. I mean, give us a way to get around it. My thing was like, give us like something to break through their defenses.
Right.
Like, basically, you could say, they could come up with a name for it. They can have it like the angels have like some kind of divine protection.
Yeah.
Have like a barrier that'll keep us from killing them doing damage, and we have to break the barrier first.
Yeah.
We can get to them.
Right.
Where they can. Anyway, once the barrier is broken and the divine protection is gone, then we can do them like we did them in the first game.
Exactly.
At least then it would make sense and it would be fair. So basically, what I want them to do is, I have this idea, like, give her like a counter mechanic system. You know, like, for example,
is it like in Code Vein or?
Game.
Oh yes,
like
okay.
The Spider-Man game and the Batman Arkham game.
Right.
You know? But then they'll be like, oh, well, then they'll just be pressing the same button over and over. There'll be no. Okay, you didn't let me finish. Like, you didn't let me emphasize enough, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
keep going.
Have her, okay, Bayonetta centered around dodging. Give some enemies certain attacks that are undodgeable or unevadable, like they did in the Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 game. You know? Like, there'll be some kind of signal indicating that this next incoming attack, you won't be able to dodge it at all. So, instead of dodging, Bayonetta can press a button and counter it. But she has to counter it at the very last second.
Yeah.
You know, to keep up with the theme.
Exactly. To make it, make it difficult at least.
And make it fit Bayo's aesthetic.
Exactly.
So, And once that happens, you either do some kind of devastating cinematic, or you go into like this little mini game like Kratos, like the God of War games or something like
Okay.
that. You know, there's possibilities. It's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, definitely. They at least have to make it challenging, and you've already touched on that. Like, I don't think it's just going to be one button that you just press to completely counter. They'll add something, you know. Like the game developers are not that. Are not. This is their third game. Like, I'm pretty sure they have like tricks up their sleeve, and they said there's going to be new things in there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, think about it. They were able to make Metal Gear Rising. They were able to make, and they were able to make Bayonetta. Like, I have faith. Once they say, because that Platinum is making a whole bunch of really big promises. So yeah, they're definitely going to be doing some kind of OD stuff. They're going. I know they can deliver. If they don't, I'm going to be beyond disappointed.
I'm pretty sure they will, but exactly, I would be disappointed if we do get a game that. I mean, I don't know. It's 3 years.
Especially if we have to wait 3 freaking years.
Yeah, yeah. Is 3 years a long time for you? 4 years now. 4 years now.
I'm a patient person. I'm not gonna lie. I still type AO3 into Google and YouTube to see what I'll get. But
yeah,
I waited this long. I can wait a little longer. Besides, rushing them is only gonna make them make mistakes. So we have to give the amount of time. But at the same time, they shouldn't have gave us that early.
I know. I think the only, I guess, I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but like the only thing that I was annoyed with, and a lot of people are annoyed, you were annoyed with, they did announce it quite early. I'm pretty sure, like when like Astral Chain was announced, what did they ever announce Astral Chain like before the direct?
I think it was actually part of a direct, if I'm not mistaken. But the same year they announced it, they dropped it. A few days later.
Right. So it was like and I heard from a friend, Phileas, if you are watching this, hello, that she said DMC5 and Astral Chain took around 4 to 5 years to make. Let's assume 5 years to make. And we're on the fourth year upcoming for Bayonetta 3. I don't know. I want to keep my hopes up, but are we going to see a 2022 release for Bayonetta 3 if they started in 2017?
To be dead, can I just be candid? I don't give a shit when they drop the game. I just want a trailer.
I just want the trailer. Yes, I understand you on that. Yeah, just a trailer, man. Like,
like it's not rocket science at this point. You revealed the game. We're not just begging and talking out our behinds right now, okay? There's the cheese in front of us. We want to eat. We're hungry.
Exactly. Like they're starving us. Like people, I know people have been waiting 6 years. You've been waiting what? 10 years now, almost more than 10 years now for a continuation of the game.
What really grinds my gears? I've been waiting for this since 2015, and you want to know why?
Why?
Because a year after they even dropped the game, in January, there's a video on, I believe it's on IGN, where they're talking about they already have ideas for the third game, and they like to drop it if Bayo 2 is a success.
So,
they could have been, for all we know, they could have been working on this.
Right, 100%. 100%. They probably... Maybe, I'm just saying maybe, they were too eager to like say the game in 2017. Maybe they were just too eager, and then you have COVID that came out, that cancelled everything, literally.
Once the game drops, I better be eager after I'm done playing it. Otherwise, I can go down there and smack me in his face. My
God, yeah. He blocked me on Twitter too, and it was an accident.
I didn't even do nothing.
Oh my God, like, I'm actually so cut that he blocked me, but you know, it's his account, he does what he wants with it, but I just use my other account. So now back to the topic. Sure.
Now what was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted oh my God, let me go ahead and bring this up while I still have it fresh on my mind. There's a wish, right? Give us a magic system.
I see. Okay.
Give us something. You know, like, okay, to sum it all up, this is what I was thinking. It's going to be the third game in the series, and everybody likes DMC. DMC5 is all people are talking about, and they said, all I hear is if they did this like they did in Devil May Cry, if they did this like they did, first of all, this is Bayonetta, not Dante. Okay?
Right.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
Respectfully. But I do see where they're saying. So I figured they could do like, I don't want to say like a style switching mechanic per se, but like have something that completely changes the entirety of the game.
So would you say like Final Fantasy? I only seen Final Fantasy Remake because I saw my sibling play it. But like Final Fantasy VII Remake, they had a magic system. Are you talking about something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
I
something
see.
like from Kingdom
Okay.
Hearts,
Yes, yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I see. Yeah. I
Kingdom Hearts
understand.
3, or something like that. I don't know if you're into Elder Scrolls. I'm not really deep into it like that, but I
Nah.
did like the spell tree that was in that game.
Right. Okay. I see where you're
Yeah.
going from. I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
So basically, there are like I've been doing research on witches, witchcraft, magic, a whole bunch of stuff. Not the too dark stuff, but yeah. But anyway, there are basically like 8 schools of magic, 8 different types of magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this is for all across every single aspect of media and entertainment and pop culture that we've been consuming over the past couple of years. Okay, it all comes down when it comes down to magic in the media and in entertainment. It all comes down to these 8 categories. Okay,
Right.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Conjuration, divination, abjuration, transmutation, evocation, illusion, and necromancy.
Okay. I see. There's a categorization of magic. I see. That's cool. Yeah, keep going.
So we've already seen Bayonetta. We see Bayonetta use conjuration magic because she summons demons. Correct?
Yep.
So we've seen enough of that. Give us something that has
The other,
all the other.
I see. The other 7 categories. Like, I get you. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And to have a game mechanic like Final Fantasy or like Kingdom Hearts, where you can press a certain like, it's using the D-pad. I guess using the D-pad to navigate.
Nope, pause.
How would you do it? How would you do it?
Well, basically, like I said, you have to like, almost like when she switches buttons. What I think is, okay, this was my idea. Basically, you press the L1 and R1 buttons on the shoulder of the controller at the same time.
Yep.
And basically, that switches over.
I
That
see.
switches over to another.
Okay.
Basically, it'll switch from. Basically, we have the way Bayonetta games are set up, the way we know and love with dodge offset, the dodge mechanics, switch time, all that stuff. Okay. Then you press these and you go over into the 3 other categories like the Devil May Cry games do.
All right.
Basically, you switch over to a counter-based system. Then you have another one which is a grappling system. Because we've seen her grapple enemies before.
Yeah.
But you have to press specific buttons for it. And enemies have to be either beat up or unconscious or stunned.
Or
locked,
stunned.
something
Yeah,
like that.
stunned.
Yeah, but basically, I want to see her grab and really mangle with demons because she's strong.
Yeah, exactly. She can. What was it?
Body slam dragons and shit.
She can. What was it? She can carry a building, 1,000 times her mass with her thighs alone. So, or a satellite. That's 1,000 times her mass. A station. The ISS. The International Space Station.
The O'Neill cylinder.
Yeah. Like she has that physical strength in. She does have it there.
Yeah, so she could have like a grapple system, you know?
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I get you. I get what you mean. I get where you're coming from.
I believe, plus, she could use her hair kind of like the way Sindel does, you know? And she can, like, grapple enemies and whatnot. I mean,
yeah.
There's, like I said, there's potential there.
They can put a lot into it. Because Bayonetta 2 compared to other games is very... There's less features and mechanics in Bayonetta than in other games. So adding more would definitely make it innovative for the Bayonetta franchise, as you can say.
And it just makes sense. You know, we need more. Like in the last game, I love it. It has its flaws, and I mean a lot of them, but I love it regardless because it did what it was supposed to do as a sequel is supposed to do with the story and with certain mechanics, you know? Like, I'm not going to lie and say I wasn't hyped up when I saw her use Umber Climax for the first time in the trailer.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gagging.
Yeah.
So, yes, I was very, very, very intrigued by that.
Right.
However, that's all they added, that and the flying, which we can't really control, and the Snake Within transformation. Other than that, they just added new weapons, and that was pretty much it. We need
Yeah,
a
that's
lot more
true.
than that.
A lot more. I mean, if they add a lot more, if they add in more features, i.e., okay. Before I go into it, I'm sorry if I'm diverging off path.
No, go ahead. Please, go ahead.
Would you? I don't mind either way, but would you like an overworld Bayonetta, or you prefer chapter to chapter? Because this one will tie into what I'm gonna talk about next.
I would prefer chapter to chapter like we've been doing, but if the open world can, because open world games really don't have that kind of replayability.
They
You know what
don't.
I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what made Bayonetta Bayonetta and made it so unique, very niche, but it was really, really good. Replayability,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a whole bunch that they can do with open world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the setups, the graphics and cinematics,
The world
the
itself,
scale.
yeah, like,
Yes, we could actually have her destroying buildings.
Exactly.
And we can actually see the destruction.
and imagine
Like,
visiting
so,
Norton, like, you're visiting back to Vigrid, like, you're getting a callback, a nostalgic callback to the previous games if you can visit them.
Yeah, but I don't really want to be interacting with NPCs like that.
Right.
Plus, she'll be in Purgatorio majority of the time, so it's not
True.
like she'll have people to talk
That's
to.
yeah, that's actually quite sad. Oh, Bayonetta's lonely. But the if it was overworld, or let's say with the new features and whatnot, would you say that Bayonetta 3 could be on the rumored Switch Pro or just normal Switch?
I don't care which one it's on, as long as I get the dang game.
True.
At this point.
Would you buy another Switch Pro just to play Bayonetta 3?
Once I get the money, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. No, that's all I wanted to know. So, sorry.
No, it's no problem. It's no problem at all. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a grand time.
If you're having a grand time, I'm having a great time. Really good time. So, like,
So,
what's next on the list?
basically, the mechanics, a grapple system, a counter system, a magic casting system, and basically the Bayonetta systems we know and love. Just more mechanics, change up, switch it up. Don't be scared to really get in there.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me go ahead and read what I actually wrote. Okay, evolve her toolkit. Okay, basically, this is what I did. I took all the mechanics we know in the game, and I gave some ideas of how we can make them even more over the top and put them into the game. Okay? First is Beast Within. I transformed that into Beast Unleashed.
Beast Unleashed, okay.
Bayonetta can now transform into any animal in the animal kingdom, as well as use their abilities without fully transforming. She can even transform into extinct species such as dinosaurs, such as Bayorex or
Bayorex, I like that. Yeah.
Or fantasy races such as a black she-dragon or a Bayo-kraken.
Okay.
Okay. The next is Witch Time into Witching Hour.
Witching Hour. Witch Hours. Which season sounds cool. Yeah.
Give Bayonetta more temporal powers, Have her be able to loop time, fast forward time, rewind time, perform a temporal reset, temporal cloning, time stop without stacking multiple times over and over.
Right.
Basically, I came up with this 24-hour concept.
Right.
Basically, I don't know if you were into anime like that, but there's this one anime called Data Live, and there's this character in an orange dress with a clock in one eye named Kurumi. She has this clock, which is an angel, ironically, named Zadkiel. And each hour on the clock gives her a different time manipulating power. I figured we can have Bayo do something similar.
I see.
An Umbra Witch sigil will form around her, and it'll transform into like a magic clock with all kinds of Umbran letters and infernal numbers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And each one from 1 to 12 gives her a different power and give her temporal immortality, kind of like Subaru from Ray Zero. Basically, if she does die, basically, if she does die, she'll just go back to the point before she even died in the first place, and she'll be in, and it's because she can time. I mean, she can time travel, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah, I know. Like, I do see that, all the things that you listed. I do see a time skip happening. If this can happen in Bayo 3, I do see a time skip happening where she has trained up. Like, this feels like it feels there's a certain thing with anime where their powers are all upgraded like really, really well. And they've got more features, and I do see like would you feel like a time skip would make this canonically reasonable?
Acceptable.
Yeah, acceptable.
I
Like
don't really believe that we need all that because she already got a massive
I see.
upgrade with the second game, and it happened like in canon like a year later, I want to say, or something
Okay.
like that. So yeah. Plus, keep in mind she has her memories back. And
Right,
she,
right.
in the left eye, was awakened, so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense that she gets some new upgrades.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I mean that's
Plus,
good.
John's with her now, so there's no telling what she can learn.
Yeah,
All the things she
exactly.
can remember now that she's forgotten. So yes, it makes sense that she's capable of that. Not to mention, there's Bayonettas from other timelines. So what ours don't know, they probably know.
They probably know as well, like the different techniques. They've lived for 500 years. Like there's heaps of things that can happen in this game, you know? Like
That's why I'm excited.
yeah.
Because Hideki Kamiya did his research on witches. That's how he was able to find out the whole. That's how he was able to build the whole concept of wicked weaves around witch hair.
Yeah.
You know, so they do their research.
Yeah, they
Which
do.
is why I'm upset because we don't see a lot more of their magic powers. You know.
I see. I mean, if they can put it into Beta 3, then they'll appreciate the research that they've given and what magic and witches and all this stuff really is, and they can appropriate that into the game. So yeah, I'm excited.
Of course. What I'm saying is, like, don't give us one or two new mechanics and
Yeah,
build the
yeah.
whole game around them.
Yeah.
Like, no, give us the
More-
reason y'all make the
more
game is for
features.
you want your players to be creative. So give us more to create with and give us the freedom to create. That's why I want them to put the requirements for the combo and point and scoring system the way they were in the first game.
Yes, the
'Cause-
scoring system of the second game. Oh my gosh, the time, the speed you have to do those combos to get pure platinum.
No. Just,
Yeah, they
We're
need
good.
to get rid of that. Like, oh my gosh.
like yesterday. Okay, now climax attacks into mass climax or infernal climax. Make Bayonetta
Right.
able to perform multiple summons at once. As far as we know, she has at least 12 demons, 13 counting Queen Sheba, under her control.
Yeah.
She can summon them repeatedly and consecutively in Bayo 1 and Bayo 2. We've seen that.
Yeah.
However, she should be able to do them simultaneously by now. Like, imagine her being able to summon Gamora and Labolas at the same time.
At the same
like
time,
she and
yeah.
her mother did.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh Lord, that's the same thing. Umbra
That's all right.
Climax. Make Bayonetta able to fight alongside her summons against the same target.
Oh.
Or throw out Infernal Weaves instead of Wicked Weaves. Also, give the mode perks like temporary invincibility, invulnerability, and a greater healing factor.
Yeah.
And they can even have that be like her Sin Devil trigger, like in DMC5. but they have to give it its own separate gauge.
Yeah. Is there any more features that like that you've upgraded? I just want to hear them. Just keep going.
Like they've done some stuff in the second game, like they gave us a Beast Within move to use underwater, and
Yeah.
they've also shown us, now we know that she doesn't really need to breathe. She can survive deep in water and outer space. So, yeah. And she even, did you know she can use Witch Walk in daylight now, even without that thing from the second level of Noah?
Yeah, they do. Like she did that in the second game, isn't it?
She did it in the very beginning. Her and John did.
Exactly. Yeah. So if she can do
all I hear is
that.
they need Moonlight to do it. They need Moonlight. No, they don't.
No.
Watch the second game.
Yeah,
Watch the second
exactly.
game. In the very beginning, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. So
Yeah.
stop capping on this free hour.
I don't think she needs Moonlight because she is growing. Like, I mean, and the second game was how many days? I think 30 or a month, or I don't know if it was years between the first and second game. But regardless, I think since she got her memories back, she's definitely upgraded her powers, as you said. So yeah, she won't need Moonlight. I don't think so.
And they better give her a new hairstyle.
Oh, they will. They
That's all I'm
will.
saying.
I had a feeling.
No, they better.
They will. They will. Don't worry. Like, people say. What was it? People say that. Oh, is there anything else on that list before I continue?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number
Sure.
two. Sorry, give her additional abilities. Kamiya himself stated that witches have hundreds of lots of different powers that interested him. Showcase these. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Okay.
One is more magic. She's a witch after all. We've seen her use time magic, summoning magic, therianthropy, which basically turning into animals.
Mm-hmm.
Very limited spatial magic with Umbran Portal Kick, for example, that moved from the first game, and that's it. Give her totems, grimoires. Have her use her guns like wands to cast spells or something. She doesn't have to be like the Charmed ones or the witches in Harry Potter movies.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have to be Doctor Strange or Doctor Fate,
Yeah.
but she could be. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh, with Doctor
Give her
Strange
more.
powers, that'd be sick. But yeah, keep going.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay, more powers. She knows a lot about metaphysics and has connections to heaven and hell through her nature and biology alone.
Mm-hmm.
Give her some spatial powers to go with her time manipulation. Personally, I'd like to see her warp reality or at least be immune to that. Also, since she's gonna get cut up, it'd be nice if to see her display her healing factor even better, and a pretty damn good one. I
Yeah.
got that in all caps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number three, present her connections to the other sides of the Trinity of Realities as the left eye. We probably won't get. We may not get that given what happened in the second, but you never know what'll happen.
Wait,
And show
I'm
what could
sorry.
happen if
Sorry
she claimed
to.
both eyes of the world.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
sorry to interrupt. I'm pretty sure the left and right eye returned to Bayo and Balda. They didn't get destroyed
It's possible.
because, like, well, one Balda went back in time. He has the right eye, and
No,
I
but he
think
doesn't have the right eye when he got at the very end of the second game. He does get sent back through time, and he puts the mask on, and he pierces the witch statue. But you got to bear in mind that's the Balder that lost the eye before he time traveled. So
right then how did that Balda summon Jubelius in game 1?
or half of her in game 2. That's why I want to say anything can happen.
Right.
Plus,
Okay.
they've been bigging up the fact she will awaken and inherit the eyes of the world. First of all, what's up with this awakening?
Yeah,
I spell solar and lunar eclipse arts.
Right. Lunar eclipse would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Second of all, like they've been bigging up this fact that she'll get not one but both eyes of the world. They've been bigging it up for both games, and yet it doesn't happen in the third game. That don't make sense to me. It's just they've been putting way too much gas and smoke behind that to not take it anywhere. The same with her being a hybrid, which brings me to this. Present her connections to the other sides of the Trinity of Realities as the left eye, and show what could happen if she actually claimed both eyes of the world. Her lumen heritage and light powers.
Yeah.
She's a hybrid of light and dark with
Yeah.
traveling powers. There is no reason and no excuse as to why her lumen abilities haven't been explored yet.
I see.
And as much as I'm leaning towards the possibility of playing as two different Bayonettas with her being bisected, again, there's still no excuse. Like, and that was actually a big discussion amongst Bayonetta fans on Reddit and
Oh, really?
4chan
Okay.
and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, a lot of them saying they want it, but then there's more saying it doesn't make sense because one, she already has a contract with Madama Butterfly, and two, she can't just learn it because she's a hybrid or not. She has to be taught, and I can kind of understand that. But
Yeah.
think about it. If you really want to be sickening and put 20 on 10, she has been taught how to use her Lumen Sage powers because 1, she obviously knows a lot about angels. 2, she works as a nun. 3, I mean, it's Balder. She's fought him twice, multiple times in both games. And in the end of the second game, she gained a respect for him.
Yeah.
Watching him sacrifice himself for her and everyone else.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
She could have changed her perspective on that. Like if she like it's like how do you know My Hero Academia?
You got kind of blacked out.
Oh, sorry. Am I smooth now? Hello?
Yeah. I can
Okay.
hear you.
So, do you know Todoroki from My Hero Academia? So, he didn't want to use his fire because out of spite for his dad. So, it's like with Bayonetta, like as you said, like she respected Balda. So, it could awaken, like the Lumen Sage power could awaken, and now she has that respect for her dad now. As you said, like she can use the Lumen Sage power. But yeah, keep going.
And you want to know the last nail in that little coffin, other than that little nugget of knowledge you just dropped?
Sure, go ahead.
She has fought him twice in both games. A young version of him
And an older version, yeah.
multiple times in 2 games.
Yeah.
Young Cereza, the little girl version, learned to be exactly like her after watching her once. In 1 game. So
imagine.
There's literally no excuse.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
They did that. I did make. Now then, one of them brought up Basically, they said, "Well, how is she gonna? What kind of angel is gonna make a contract with her?" And for a minute, I didn't know how to answer that. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe they'll bring in some new angels because, like they did in the second game.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, keep going.
Which is why it caught me. You want to know?
Well,
think about it. I made it make sense real quick because I don't want to say I'm a sore loser. I just don't like losing.
Yeah,
especially
go
when
ahead.
it comes to Bayo, which made me say, you know what? Both sides. Jubileus is dead. AC is out of commission. Loki is a baby, so that's definitely not going to happen. The only god left in the Trinity of Realities is Queen Sheba, the Queen of Inferno and the demons. The angels are pretty much screwed at this point because they don't have a benefactor.
Right.
So they're going to have to make some moves because the scales and everything is completely tipped in Inferno's favor. So they're going to need something, and there ain't no Lumen Sages left. So either they got the hybrid or nothing at all. And angels and demons were willing to work under Luke tier. There's literally no excuse why the angels wouldn't work under Bayonetta.
They exactly. This is like
God of Chaos. So, demigod because he didn't even become full at the time. So there's literally no excuse.
Like Paradiso right now is literally Apple in the 1980s when they needed Microsoft's help. So you understand me? You feel me? Like this. It could happen like that. It could happen. Like the fact that they can and we also have to see the Madama equivalent of Paradiso. I don't know if it's the Temperance or the ones with the tube arms. I don't know if they're I don't know if they're the equivalent of Madamas, but I want to see if there is an equivalent of a Madama, but Madamas in Paradiso. That would be pretty cool.
Now, I have a theory about that, about Paradiso and Inferno, because I believe there's more to these than we see, because Fortitudo said something that in the beginning of the first game that really had me thinking. Her presence awakened him from his slumber. There are primordial forces, usually in stuff like this, there's primordial forces sleeping on both sides. And Paradiso is built off of Christian lore. Yeah. So, but however, there are only 3 spheres in the hierarchy of Laguna. Of course, there are 9 ranks, but there are 3 spheres. There should be 12.
Right. If you're accurately portraying it with Christian lore and mythology and all that. Ideology. Keep going.
Because my grandmother is a priest, a prophetess, and the pastor of her own church.
Right.
And she taught all of us about this stuff at an early age, especially I asked her because I wanted to know about it. She taught me the way how heaven is built and the hierarchy and all that stuff, and she had me do the research. So I know about angels too. Yeah. And that's another reason I love Bayonetta so much, because
it does.
Angels, they look weak and humanoid. Okay, not exactly weak, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because angels are supposed to be feared. Some of them
are monstrous.
Beautiful, yes.
That's understandable.
But a majority of them are supposed to be horrific. Because think about it. They're supposed to put the fear of God in all of us, right?
In humans, yeah.
That's what knocked me out and threw me for a loop.
No, I understand.
That's why I love it, because of the way the angels are portrayed physically, if that makes sense.
No, I understand that, because I love how this is why Bayonetta is my favorite game, because it does portray angels the most biblically accurate of any other game. They're very monstrous. They do instill fear into humans, and that's why Umbrans hunt them, or they use it. What was it? Ezekiel? Yeah, is it Ezekiel 1:1-8? where they have the appearance of a form of like a chimera, or not exactly a chimera, but they do have monstrous features. So yeah, sorry, I was just going on a tangent there, but like, yeah, keep going.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Okay, the next one is, you ready? Her connection to chaos and chaos manipulation. This is just a personal request of mine in case Loki comes back. I want to know what she'd look like with the power of Aesir, or with the power to pull off Aesir like summons, you know?
Right, right.
Like if they're on the possibility, low or high, that there are another race out there, if she could summon them, that would be sickening. Like, I'm not expecting her to summon eldritch abominations, but angels and demons are supposed to be the equivalent of those from H.P. Lovecraft, if you really want to be honest.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I even had a dream about a mechanic where it looks like, okay, basically, in my dream, we're playing the game. I'm playing the game in like Bayonetta. It's kind of like Bayonetta 2 because we're fighting on a jet again,
Yeah.
but it's a black one instead of a blue one. And then all of a sudden, there's this like space where everything looks like distorted, kind of like it did in the fight with Aesir, and it was and there was like this green tint to it. Everything was twisting and distorting,
Right.
and there was this circle. Bayonetta Wicked Weave punches it, and not only does the Madama Butterfly's hand glow like with a bright purple aura, but she grabs the space and Bayonetta goes flying like it's super fast
Yeah.
over a lot large distance. And there's like green and I only see it for like a little bit, but there are like these green runes all over her suit.
Green runes. Okay, yeah, keep going.
Yeah. And her hair, it doesn't look like the same. You know how her hair looks all spiraled with the chains wrapping around it whenever she does a Wicked Weave attack?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looked
yeah.
like it was like an Umbran Climax, only she wasn't an Umbran Climax at the time. But when she Wicked Weave punched that distorted space and Madama Butterfly grabbed it and sent both of them flying through the battlefield,
Yeah.
her hair was out.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, I'm thinking, and for some reason I thought H.P. Lovecraft right then. So if they choose to really take it there, we gonna be in for some shit, friend.
Oh, definitely. I love how they would connect that back to old writers like H.P. Lovecraft, and I think the anime Bungo Stray Dogs does that with Japanese writers. They could do it with Bayonetta. So
yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want a Bayonetta anime. Not another movie. Now the movie was good, and I would like one, but I prefer like an anime series. With
A series.
episodes.
Netflix series. Yeah, that'd be pretty
I mean,
animated.
Like they made one for DMC. Make one from a girl, you know. And give it its own original story. Don't give us a rerun of stuff we already.
Right. So DMC has Does DMC have a bigger fan base than Bayonetta?
Say yes. I'm going to be honest and say yes.
I guess
think about it. They've been around longer and they have more gaming content than Bayonetta.
Yeah, 5 games. So I feel like getting a manga series and an anime series out was financially equitable for them. I think it would be risky to do one for Bayonetta. Even so, I'd love them to do one.
It wouldn't, because they already have ideas for it. I mean, think about it, because they kept talking about spin-offs.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
yeah,
make it happen. Y'all got the connections. Y'all obviously got the coin. Let's get it.
Exactly. They should do that, actually.
These ideas.
No problem.
And tell me what you think. Okay, first is the Scarlet Bride. These are a set of 4 pistols, Bayonetta style.
Scarlet Brides.
These magic pistols shoot with the force and firepower of an anti-tank rifle, and when charged with draconic energy, basically dragon power, they shoot with firepower surpassing anti-aircraft artillery. King Orthros. This 2-foot-long double-barrel pistol contains the soul of Orthros, a 2-headed hound that protects the giant red cattle of Hades. This gun has enough power to blow up an aircraft carrier or an island-sized giant turtle dragon in a single shot, and firing speed that lets it shoot 100 rounds per second.
Okay.
Charge shots from the gun will summon a projection of Orthros itself that will jet forward in a wind tunnel of slashes, shredding, mauling, and vivisecting anything in its path. The Blades of Fate. Now, this one I modeled after Baldur's Glaive. The name of one of the Chronos Guard's third-tier weapons, which can be used in conjunction with powerful magic attacks. Wielded as a double-bladed staff, the glaive can be split into two blades at the user's whim. They can also be thrown like a boomerang, returned to the user should they miss their intended target.
I love that. Yeah, keep going.
The glaive was also constructed with a dendrogram, a piece of first-tier technology capable of sealing and containing time-transcendent entities. The wielder can summon a horological beast, a temporal monster capable of manipulating, accelerating, reversing, stopping, or even looping time, as well as traveling through and withstanding the effects of time to fight alongside them.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, this next one doesn't have a name. These dual blades can cut through anything existing in or interacting with three-dimensional space. The weapon's trump card lets it go into a higher state where the blades cut anything in or below 5-dimensional space-time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one also doesn't have a name. These holy gauntlets made from the flesh and soul of the King Chimera are deadly to heavenly and hellish foes alike.
I like that.
The claws can cut through any organic and inorganic matter. The user can spawn a poisonous scorpion tail that's fatal even to those with poison immunity. But the weapon's deadliest trait is the power of combat conversion. Combat conversion is a divine skill that affects the concept of fighting itself. By generating a field, the user can convert the target's attack, my enemy's offense, into either my defense, the user's defense, nullifying and undoing their attack, or into my evasion, where the user vanishes and reappears into an enemy blind spot or a weak point.
I see. That's okay. Very unique. Very interesting. Yeah.
The claws of Koros. The claws of the Manticore King have been made into gauntlets and greaves. These claws can cut through any metal, stone, or matter or physical material from the mortal realms. Basically, anything from the universe, from the mortal universes or multiverses. The Blades of Infestation. These dual short swords can attack with an unstoppable acidic poison capable of dissolving anything. Neither poison immunity, acid immunity, divinity, or immortality will not protect against it. They can also summon a horde of 10,000 giant scorpions with a single swing. The giant scorpions are as large as lions and as strong as adult elephants.
Wow.
Thoughts?
The dual... No, sorry. You're saying thoughts or...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, the dual wielding swords. Does is it called Rakasha? The one in Bayo 2? Rakshasa? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that have any special powers, or is it literally just two swords? Like in the lore, is it just two swords?
Hold on, let's do some research on that.
Sure. Like I love how you got two swords, or you got a lot of swords, and then you made a power around them. I think that was pretty cool.
They have soma in them, so they're definitely capable of hitting spiritual and harming divine beings.
Right,
entities.
I see.
Okay, the next are the Violet Foxes. These side blades were built with the best gravitational technology in New Tokyo.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, keep going.
If thrown, they will always return to their owner, and they can emit a high gravity field that multiplies the gravity 200,000 times over. This field will affect all but the user.
Okay. That's like some near automata type stuff. I like that.
And they're actually part of a series of of weapons that I created. Like for the next one, Violet Rhino. This gravity tech enhanced halberd comes equipped with a chainsaw axe head, a spear gun head in the center, and a scythe shaped high frequency blade head. The halberd can increase its weight and density up to 40 million tons.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Striga. Now this one you might want to hold on to your hat. You might want to hold on to Bayonetta for this one.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll get her now. 1 second.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Go.
Wait, you might want to cover her ears because I don't know if this is gonna be offensive or not.
Sure.
She ain't gonna shoot me. Is it?
No, she went. Don't worry. Go ahead, man. I'm covering.
Okay. Okay, these greaves were made from the sentient flesh of a 3,000-year-old striga. Strigas are witches that have gone feral and beast-like and consume souls.
Okay. I like that one.
And
yeah.
that's actually a serious part of mythology. If you look up a striga, that's actually what they are. I found that out by watching Supernatural on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. Striga. Let me just pull that up.
Now,
Striga. Well, how
that
do
might
you
actually
spell?
come in handy for one of your theory videos. I mean, for all we know, the purple entity could have been a witch.
Striga. Yeah.
Because I personally, when I first saw the trailer, I was thinking about the Umbran Elder.
Right. I
Basically,
see.
given the way, I thought there was like a loop around the head of the entity because they looked like they were wearing a gown or a cowl or something.
Right.
I figured. Now I knew it wasn't Spawn, but there was like this loop over the head. I literally thought it was like the Umbran Elder. And it kind of makes sense. So you never know.
Yeah, I think the Striga like supported your fact really strongly. I like that one, where it was like rowdy witches and they're a real thing. They were a real thing in witch history. So I like that. Yeah, keep going.
Happy to help. Now, the Greaves are constantly absorbing the physical and spiritual energy from all beings within 200 kilometers of the user and can fire said energy in the form of a heavily compressed shockwave from the guns mounted on the sides. The Greaves will also grant the user the benefits of a Striga's physiology, being which they cannot be harmed by gods or mortals, nor their powers of weaponry.
I like that. Okay.
The downside, however, is that the Greaves are cursed and heavily parasitic and will constantly attempt to possess their user. So if the user is weak or unworthy, they will be transformed into a mindless Striga and banished to hell for eternity.
Right.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah. I'm just listening. Don't worry.
Okay, the next one is Hottie. I actually named this after one of the two children of Fenrir.
Fenrir. That's so familiar. Who's Fenrir again? Is it a wolf?
The wolf from
Yes, it was a wolf. Right. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
This shotgun has been infused with the frost of Jotunheim and the winds of Helheim.
Oh, okay.
Those shot by the shotgun are instantly frozen in blocks of ice.
Oh yes, please. Oh my god, that'd be so satisfying to like play around with in the game. Please.
I also thought of an interesting mechanic, basically, where Bayonetta gets all these guns, but she doesn't do combos with them per se. But she basically, when you press the shooting gun, you can pick a gun for it. Basically, when you're choosing your weapons, there's like a third slot, like never before, and that's for gun shooting only.
Oh, okay. I see.
So instead of just shooting Scarborough Fair, whichever pistol,
it's another gun that you can preset. I see.
Options.
Yeah.
The gun can also act as a freeze ray and summon a frost giant to fight on the user's behalf.
Oh, yeah.
Now this next one is in the name of this one is going to be in Latin, so I'll let you translate if you want. It's called Venator Python. This whip sword houses the blank force, a natural mystic destabilizer, the very pataphysical nature of existence being anti-magical in nature, which can travel out and destabilize any type of magic and cancel out spells that are cast upon its user, preventing them from being affected by magic in any way.
I see.
Basically, the whip sword allows its user to use anti-magic, which can nullify and destabilize most
of Black Clover's type. I like it. Yes.
And even destroy a mage's capability to utilize magic. With it, they can also achieve a variety of destructive effects on magic users, crippling anything, killing.
What was the name of that weapon again?
Venator, VEN.
Yep.
ATOR.
Yep.
Pythonism. Basically Python, PYTHON.
Yep.
ISSAM.
I love it so much because of the anti-magic. I think the anti-magic would be a huge...
Blacked out again.
Oh, sorry, my internet... Am I okay now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
I love the anti-magic factor in that because I think that can bring a new type of threat into the Baya lore, and to have this weapon introduce that would be pretty fun to play around with.
Because clearly the Lumen Sages and Umbra Witches are capable of using each other's weaponry. Because that's the case for Jean with Infernal Slayer.
Right.
And there are clearly other weapons out there that don't really depend on Paradiso or Inferno with Angel Slayer.
Because Angel Slayer was used by the actual Angel Slayer, right? The one who was nicknamed Angel Slayer.
And there are clearly other gods and deities in the world of
Yeah,
Bayonetta,
there is.
charms.
Yeah.
Given the charms that Radon used on I want to say Yagyu. Yeah, that's Jean's
Yagyu. Yes.
Okay. You ready to move on?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
Did you want to tell me the translation for Venator?
Please tell me, because does it relate to anti-magic? I just want to know.
It's Witch Hunter.
Witch Hunter.
Latin.
I love that. And Bayonetta is the one using it. That's like so cool. Yeah. Okay. You're giving me shonen vibes. I love it. Yeah. It's the irony. It's so cool. But yeah, keep going, man.
Okay, the next one oh Lord, this one is OD. You ready?
Sure.
This one is Dawnbringer.
Dawnbringer.
And if I was gonna put it in the Baleverse, I'd have it be a Lumen Sage weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Fitting.
Also known as the Godspeed Executioner, this sacred spear grants true cosmic speed beyond physics.
Ooh.
Users of this spear move so fast that it takes hours for light to catch up with them, and sound several days. This spear is equipped with a piston gear to increase piercing power, and also contains the heat, firepower, force, and gravitational power of 10,000 suns within the blade.
I see. Okay. I love how it's a lumen weapon. I think that's really fitting.
Okay, next is the Earthshakers, and these are magic technology weapons. Basically magic. It's Magitech, which is magic and technology.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Earthshakers. These high-tech gauntlets are a marvel of magic technology. By combining vibrational technology and density magic, these gloves can increase the impact force made by contact and adjust as well as focus the force delivered with the strength used. Okay, with 4 settings to choose from. At stage 1, a single tap can obliterate a building, and a full swing can level several city blocks. At stage 2, a simple tap can shake apart a large city, and a full swing can pulverize a mountain.
That's so
At stage
cool.
3, At stage 3, a simple tap can destroy several mountains and rock formations, and a full swing can devastate an island. At stage 4, a simple tap can shift the tectonic plates, and a full swing can split planets.
Wow. Okay.
You good?
Yeah. It's like, whoa, it's so overpowered. But I think that's pretty cool.
But Dawnbringer is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one, I hope you're ready for this one. It
Sure.
should be interesting. The Band of Solomon. A belt made from ancient Babylonian coins that were heavily blessed and cursed by a king Jinn, basically a godlike genie. There were 10,000 blessed golden pieces and 1,000 cursed silver pieces. That was also supposed to be like an ode to like Judaism.
Yeah.
The belt grants good fortune to the wearer. The wearer is gifted with an automatic and continuous supply of good luck. Most have no control over this power, as things considered lucky randomly and unexpectedly happen to them despite any predestined fate or logical reason. Ergo, nothing bad will happen, or if it does, the belt will sort it out no matter how impossible the situation is. Or how high the odds are stacked against them, allowing the wearer to always be in complete context in whatever situation they are, be free to do as they please without consequences, and be untouched and ineffective to the laws of causality.
Right.
All aspects of the user's life improve drastically, whether work, social, romantic, personal, financial, and basically life as a whole would become easier, happier, and would excel altogether. The more magic power the wearer channels into the belt, the greater their luck. And there are even luck levels if you're interested.
I love that name, Band of Solomon. But yeah, keep going.
Basically, I designed all these weapons for myself. And
Yeah.
Basically, I thought if I was that scenario, if you're pulled into your favorite movie, anime, or video game,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to get your own powers and your own weapons and stuff, like I don't want to get something from. I mean, I would like to be able to use something from the series that I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be dependent on it.
Right,
Like I
right.
want my own stuff.
You're in your own style and your own arsenal of weapons. I see.
My own equipment, my own abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the luck levels are basic level. The wearer is slightly luckier than other people. On average, good things happen to them more often and bad less often. Random chances tilt slightly to their favor. Advanced level, the wearer is notably luckier than other people. Good things happen to them more often and bad less often. Random chance tilts to their favor most of the time, and beneficial coincidences occur for them at abnormal rates.
Mm-hmm.
Expert level. The wearer is luckier than most people. Good things generally happen to them and bad things rarely do. Random chance will always tilt towards their favor, and any attempts to make bad things happen to them will become more difficult as the wearer's luck continuously tips towards their benefit. At the
Right.
master level, the wearer is one of the luckiest people in existence to the point that things go their way no matter what they do. Any
Oh.
attempts to make bad things happen to them will almost always fail unless their chances are cosmically minuscule. Ultimate level, finally, this is the last one. The
Yep.
wearer is lucky to the point where probability means absolutely nothing. And
Wow.
reality will change in order for a chance to turn towards their favor. The odds of making bad things happen to them are impossible, and chance will always either favor the wearer or disfavor those who oppose them.
Okay. Holy shit. That one. Now, how do you get that item?
Like I said, basically, I had a dream where I had sex with a genie, and he was the strongest genie, one of the
Right.
strongest genies out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know about the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Unfortunately, I don't. So, can you expand on it just a little bit?
It's basically 5 books about about all demonology. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically a list
Oh,
of
cool.
all the demons in hell and information on them.
I like it.
It's
Yeah.
no there's one is known as the Ars Goetia, the other one is another one is known as Ars
Mm-hmm.
Paulina, if I'm not mistaken. But basically there are 5 of them, and each one of them have a whole bunch of demons and demonic entities and all
Mm-hmm.
this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm Basically, I came up with the idea of what if I came across the Greater Key of Solomon, if that's actually a thing.
Oh.
And instead of demons, it's all the same names, but it's different entities. Instead of demons, they're actual genies. And
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
my hands on one of the strongest ones. I slept with them, and they gave me this in exchange.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
hmm So basically, the Band of Solomon grants good fortune to the wearer, as you've heard, and
Mm-hmm.
misfortune to the target. Oh
Oh.
Lord.
Okay.
Now, targets of the wearer who or those who wrong them are constantly unlucky, causing them to go through a series of misfortune
Mm-hmm.
unless freed by the user's will. Their whole life, such as disease, susceptibility to permanent injuries, bankruptcy, etc. People, even the target's closest friends and families, may react or treat them differently and negatively, maybe
Mm-hmm.
picking a fight with them for no reason at all, doing terrible things to them, or just making their life more miserable than it already is. If fully charged with magic, the belt's wearer can curse their targets with misfortune so great it bends the nature of reality, making them the ultimate jinx. They are so unlucky that causing spontaneous natural disasters to occur wherever they go is considered on the low end of how bad their luck is.
Yeah.
Examples of their limitless misfortune include causing hordes of undead to rise from their graves whenever they walk by a
Oh,
graveyard. Oh
wow.
Lord.
Okay.
hmm Or create calamity and chaos to their society, destroying everything around them, turning good luck charms into cursed objects,
Mm-hmm.
causing sudden and spontaneous deaths, etc. Their luck is so bad that luck eraser only reduces the severity of it rather than removing it completely.
I
Their
see.
luck may be so terrible that not even death can release them from it, causing it to continue on with them even in the afterlife or the grave, or simply curse them to live forever, forcing them to live with their unfortunate situation for eternity.
I see. Now
So
that
yeah, that's pretty
one,
much an OD weapon.
yeah. So it's for that one, it's oh, sorry. What's OD?
Basically overdone.
Overdone. I see. But I like how it's like a slow. It makes your life. It makes the target's life. Sorry, miserable, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like a passive thing for them. Like they don't even know they're under it. So that's very
Mm-hmm.
torturous. I like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The next is Izamaru. This blessed katana has the power to increase the length of its blade endlessly and at mind-numbing speeds. The blade's reach can outmatch a star system instantly, and it's so sharp that it can cut through planets with relative ease. The sword has the enigmatic ability to induce the effect of defeat and ignore causality, slashing an enemy 1,000 times in an instant before the blade is even drawn from its sheath.
Oh, okay.
Ravana's mirror. I got an idea from this from the Snow White and the Huntsman movies.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you ever watched them.
Oh, I haven't, but yeah, keep
Basically,
just going.
I love Ravenna. I love her character. I love her abilities. I just love it. If you haven't seen those movies, I highly suggest you
Highly
watch them.
suggest? Okay, no problem.
Okay, Ravana's mirror. The mirror of dominance is an ancient relic containing magical power of primordial levels. Now fashioned into a bladed shield, and yeah, I'm using a shield as a weapon. I don't
Yeah.
care.
No, I like it.
It can be used. It can be used as a weapon. Those who gaze into the mirror will be forced to battle a perfect doppelganger of themselves that is 10 times more powerful and skilled than the originals and absolutely loyal to the one who bears the mirror. The 5 blades at the shield's edges completely ignore the concept of defense and can cut through almost any material. The shield's trump card lets it create a barrier that is, while seemingly paper thin in appearance, is as thick and as strong as 181,000 planet Earths stacked
Oh,
atop
wow.
each other.
All right.
And the size is adjustable, capable of reaching anywhere from 100 to a million kilometers, basically covering anywhere from a nuclear blast radius to a full planetary protection without weighing down the wielder. Oh, now this next one is a bit dark.
Sure. I love it. I love it when it's dark. So yeah, keep going.
Well, if you say so. Okay, the next one's called Silencer, and I barely used this one ever. Like the blue blade, okay, let me start over. Silencer. The blue blade of this sword is a cosmic tuning fork ever connected to the Hangman's Forest found in Hell, basically Johnson's Forest, where the woeful wails and ghastly screams from the damned who committed suicide remain. Those who hear their cries as the sword is swung are driven to suicide.
Oh, okay.
To further increase its power, the blade was soaked in blessings by Ixtab, the Mayan goddess of suicide, and that's real. I looked it up. That's really the name of the deity, and
Yeah.
she's a Mayan goddess. To the point where all who that bear a soul except the wielder, who hear the blade's song, are madly driven to kill themselves, whether god, mortal, devil, or shade. The sword also now erases willpower, cutting it away bit by bit until even those with indomitable will submit.
Wow. I think that one's really interesting. You're not using the blade to cut. It's like the sound of the blade is the weapon. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Elven Wild. Now, this one may sound a little strange. These green, ultra-hardened dual blades made entirely of mystical plants are a combination of the magic technology of the elves of Elfheim and the philosophical weaponry of the dark elves of Edelgard.
Yeah.
The plants are an incredible anti-metal biomaterial capable of cutting through anything that is composed of metal, no matter how strong or dense the metal is. Being philosophical weapons, anything that qualifies or is classified as a weapon that clashes with these blades will enter a worthless and unusable state.
Okay. Full on. But yeah.
Scream Queen. Containing the soul of a Banshee Queen from the Scotland Isles, this Magitech grenade launcher fires ultrasonic grenades filled with her magic nullifying screams that clock in about 2,000 decibels.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Queen Bee. This high-tech electromagnetic railgun fires rounds capable of leveling large cities and can also emit a motion lock field, freezing kinetic energy to freeze all motion. The suspend a being or object in space and potentially even time.
Yeah.
When basically stop time without actually affecting time, literally just everything else.
Right.
When charged with magic, the shots create a pathway field that can completely halt the movements of molecules, which will cause them to crystallize and encapsulate any being or object in ice as long as they're within 1,000 meters of the line of fire. By the way, 1,000 meters is the distance that you can perceive without a scope. It's average firing range for firearms.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love this one. Mother Goose. It's a 13-foot long heavy automatic machine gun mixed with a sniper rifle that is also
Oh, that's
capable of
cool.
rapid fire.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm Its range allows it to shoot the distance or width of a large city or a distance between cities. It packs 2 gigatons worth of firepower
Oh, wow.
in each shot and 5 gigatons within the sniper rifle. The gun can also spawn up to 300 baseball sized drones that can fly and act as turrets and move wherever the user telepathically orders them to within the
hmm
range of 20 kilometers. If the user tries to snipe a target and gets discovered, they can instantly switch places with any of the drones through teleportation.
I see. That's pretty interesting. I like that. And then it's like Stark Tech. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. Heresy. A quantum mechanics manipulating hammer that can negate, oppose, and or otherwise neutralize or limit the abilities of all supernatural powers.
hmm
It is fully in its fully charged state, it can even outright remove the powers from a victim, whether they're magical, biological, scientific, or technological in nature. It can also transform into a triple rocket launcher.
Right.
hmm Now, this one is where I really got into my Bible bag. It's
Okay.
called the Staff of the Prophet.
All right.
This holy staff shall never crack or break as long as heaven exists, making it effectively unbreakable. It is one of heaven's most sacred relics that only those of pure benevolent hearts and or the strongest and devout Christian faith can use.
hmm
Dark beings, malevolent forces, and demons nor devils cannot bear even being near the staff, for the pain is worse than hell itself.
Oh, okay.
The staff can induce blessings, create miracles, call down angels, and bring forth divine punishments upon the wicked. However, a prayer must be said or a scripture from the Bible must be quoted before the staff's powers can be used.
I like that. Like how to use it. You need to know your Bible and
Mm-hmm.
your prayers. So yeah, keep going.
Kohatal, a Maka. I'm just going to call it a Makana because I don't know how to
Yeah,
say this word.
Makena.
Yeah, Aztec sword infused with destructive darkness. It can summon up to 5 jaguars made from shadows. 2 of the jaguars will move at high speeds and attack independently, while the remaining 3 jaguars will attack in tandem with the user. The shadow jaguars are impervious to all but pure light-based weapons, powers, and magic, and the shadow jaguars can also attack the shadows of the target, inflicting that damage to the target indirectly.
hmm
Korohime. This blade was cursed by a dark variant of Abe no Seimi from an alternate universe. The blade can create a world or dimension of endless infinite slashing and slicing, an anti-paradise of endless torment, and cut that world's existence into whatever reality the user is in,
Oh wow.
causing the blade mhm, causing the blade's reality to overlap the already existing one.
hmm
Those who find themselves in the path and direction of the blade when it's swung, even if they dodge the initial attack, will find themselves trapped in the slice zone, helplessly being attacked from all directions and dimensions, unable to
hmm
die until the blade is sheathed.
I see. Have you seen Black Clover? Are you familiar with Black Clover?
I am. I need to get caught up though.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm still at like I'm still at like the very end of the saga with the elves and
Oh, yeah, yeah, I see. So, have you seen
the
Yami's?
word devil.
You've seen Yami's power?
I've seen his dimension slash and
Yeah. So that's what I didn't want to spoil it
monologue.
just in
Yeah.
case, but like that's what it reminded me of. But yeah, keep going.
Q. Ashura Kanam. This weapon is a set of 6 fire katanas and 1 blazing longsword. The longsword being the main blade,
hmm
and the main blade spawns 6 dark floating arms that wield the other 6 swords on the wielder's behalf.
Right.
No. So if you know what an Ashura is, or if you played Ashura's Wrath, just imagine
hmm
6 black hands just floating in the air around Baos wielding the other swords.
Oh yes, please. That'd be pretty cool.
Meanwhile, she's wielding a long ass red
Red Blade.
longsword
Yeah.
katana. hmm Okay, now the first sword burns the world. All areas on the battlefield that aren't holy ground are scorched. The second sword burns the warrior. Those who take up arms against the wielder are badly burned. The third sword burns the heavens. Airborne enemies are shredded and burned without the sword even needing to be drawn. The fourth sword burns the dragon. Dragons take heavy damage, even
hmm
fire dragons. The
Wow.
fifth sword burns the demon. Demons and fellow Ashura can be incinerated. And the sixth sword burns the gods. All divine beings will be scorched or
Yeah.
burned out of existence. The main sword contains a perfect copy of the soul and essence of Mahashira.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the prince of all Asura, who was granted invincibility by Brahma himself and became powerful enough to drive all the gods and devas out of heaven and defeat their king, Lord Indra, single-handedly.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you
The next...
have. Sorry for interrupting. I like how you
No, go ahead, please.
you in depthly. I don't know if that's a word, but you put so much information into each sword and to each weapon, the history of it, the power of it, the power scaling of it. I really like that, and it's very admirable.
Thank you so much.
That's okay.
And I came up with this entire list in like one day.
That's amazing.
I have a whole bunch of other weapons in the series that I'm planning on making.
Yeah,
But I'll
that's
tell you about it
amazing.
later.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, this next one is the Forsaken, also known as the Bolts of Heaven's Wrath. These twin gauntlets are made from the lightning from heaven. The right glove is the holy purifier made from the lightning used to cleanse the earth of evil. It can kill any demon or devil it's used on, regardless of their level of power, in 1 to 5 hits, as well as induce planetary extinction events.
Wow. Okay. I love that last bit. Yeah.
Thank you. The left glove is the Holy Testament, made from the lightning used to cast Lucifer and his fallen horde from heaven, and
Right.
can fatally damage angels, gods, and other divine beings.
Okay. That one's pretty full on. I love that left gauntlet. Keep going.
Thank you. Okay, Ashagir. I don't know if you're familiar with aliens or if you're a sci-fi guy like
Yeah, I am.
but this one was, Also, okay, these combat batons were made from high-density bars, guaranteeing that they hit hard and fast. Both batons can summon 5 whips with curved blades at the ends. The whip blades are totally imperceptible, except in one-way touch, and that's once they hit their target only. Meaning they can still pass through and you won't feel them, but
Right.
once they've made their attack, you're screwed. Basically, you won't be able to perceive them until you're hit.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
The whips were made with Alvarian. Okay, basically the Alvarians were from the far northern galaxies, and it's made from Alvarian stealth technology, making them totally imperceptible, and as such, they can in no way be detected by external forces, whether physical, mental, spiritual, technological, etc. They can't be touched or perceived by smell, touch, vision, hearing, etc.
Yeah.
And they give off no heat, no aura, or energy.
Wow.
And they don't leave any trace of their presence, yet the space they occupy has no lack of it. To all senses, the whip blades just don't exist.
Yeah.
The user can become undetectable by X-ray scans, sonars, radio detection, any and all technological detection. They cannot be perceived by mental, telepathic, or spiritual powers with their trump card active. The wielder may not even be able to be remembered or perceived as existing at all.
So that one's
next-
like sorry.
No, go ahead.
That one, what was it? The whip. So you can't sense it
Actually,
until you can't sense it until you're hit, right?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you like it.
No, that's all right. Keep going, man.
Okay, I think this one is the last one I wrote. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's the last one. It's called The Blade of Grimm. And no, that's not a Ruby reference. Despite the reference description. Well, I was doing something on the Brothers Grimm. This is also based off another Supernatural episode, and I just got interested in it.
Yeah.
Now, this 14-foot-long broadsword, which is longer than Guts' sword from Berserk, by the way, has the power to overwrite reality, manipulating it using the principles of narrative causality, storytelling, and or fairy tales, fashioning reality around the wielder's favorite story or tale of theirs.
Yeah.
It makes the world into one. It makes the world into one that has the same rules as a story they're using, and ultimately replicating the results of said story. The sword can replicate the patterns and symbols from the wielder's favorite narratives into reality, becoming archetypes or changing people around them into characters based on said archetypes and stereotypes. The users of fairy tale warping may believe that they are in a world where everything is alive, and the elements of life will follow the archetypical events and elements of the story tales, folklore, tall tales, storybooks, etc. Therefore, causing basically everything from trees to a coffee pitcher, or even the sun itself to will develop a face and they'll be alive. Everything will be alive.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, let me just get this one out.
Sure,
Basic
sure.
skills include speed read. They move at the literal speed of plot. Fate weaver. They manipulate the destinies of themselves and others. Time tells. They subtly manipulate the events from the past, present, and future by
Oh,
weaving
cool.
tales into reality.
Yeah, yeah.
Playing savior. They can mimic any hero from any story that they can think of or the villains. Lux favor. Using narrative causality to make situations always favorable towards you. Plot devices manipulate reality using tropes. Plot armor. Empower yourself with the plot that is favorable to
Oh,
you.
wow.
Fairy
Okay,
tale.
I like that. Yeah.
And Deus Ex Machina. Gain whatever power is theoretically appropriate for the situation. Basically, ass pulls.
Yeah, yeah. I like the plot. The plot one is like it's like fourth wall breaking. I like that one.
And those are the weapon ideas that I came with for myself.
Your ones can be implemented into Bayonetta, especially with the history aspect that you added in them. And I'm so glad that you added the history. You didn't just say this sword is strong or this weapon is OP. You actually implemented a purpose for why they're strong. They have the history, they have the historic references, the pop culture references. I think those are pretty interesting. But thank you for doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So how about anything else for Bayonetta 3 on your list?
I do have certain complaints. Like,
Sure.
basically what I want them to do, if you're going, I do want them to keep the Umbra Climax mechanic. I just don't want them to center the entire game around it. Like, some people said, give it its own gauge, like the Sin Devil trigger from DMC5, and I can understand that. But I kind of don't want that. I mean, yeah, I do kind of want that. Like, okay, if they decide to keep it the way that it is, make torture attacks easier to use. Make it like instead of having to pay a full gauge for use a torture attack, make it like a third of it. So imagine being able to do 3 torture attacks with a full
with
gauge
one gauge. Yeah, exactly. And it's just one enemy, so it's like the waste. Or like you're overpaying for a torture attack. That's what I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I love the idea of torture attacks. You know, they were one of my favorite. They were so satisfying in the first game, and
definitely
in the second game too. But Climax took all the fun out of them and the necessary for the necessity. You know,
that's correct.
So keep both mechanics, just organize them better. You know.
Yeah, I understand that. No, that's all right. How about any other complaints?
If you're gonna have the enemies. You got time?
Oh, yeah, sure. You have even more? Okay, sure.
Oh my God.
Just hit up on like one or two of them.
It's like the time requirements that we talked about.
Oh my gosh.
System.
Yes. Yeah.
Just take the requirements back to the way they were for the first game.
Please.
And I say this not only for Bayonetta, but all games in general. We do not need censorship. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what the rating system is for. And they didn't really need to make it easy for new players. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's good to tend to your new audience, incoming audience, but keep the vets in. Give us something, you know?
Yeah, the loyal fans.
This is what I want them to do. Make a normal mode and keep it the way it was in Bayo 2 for the new players, you know, but make like a new moderate mode. It's not hard, but it's not easy. You know, make the moderate mode after the normal mode, you know?
Yeah.
And have that be available. That's for the vets. That's for the veteran players. That's
I
ours,
see.
Okay?
Yeah, that's the ones you play with.
Like, so that way they'll be able to get they won't hurt or scare away the new incoming audience, but they won't bore their loyal fans to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
That seems fair.
Because is that what happened with Bayo 2? It bored the vets, or it wasn't really favored by the vets?
It wasn't. All the vets
Ah.
love Bayo 1.
Yeah, I understood that. I see. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I do love Bayo 2, and I especially love it as a sequel. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, in my opinion. And I can't speak for nobody else, but it could have been better. It got
Right.
old very, very fast. The
Yeah,
first one still
yeah.
has that magic, but the second one definitely does not.
Yeah, you could finish. I
Make-
mean, you could finish the game in 14 hours or even less, like less than 10 hours.
Yes, give us more. Make the story longer. Give us more content. Give
Yeah,
us
yeah.
more. Like, y'all have the technology, y'all have the means to do it. Hideki Kamiya obviously has the vision. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
And another thing, there was a YouTuber, I cannot remember what the name was, but they suggested this. It might have been you for all I know.
What is it?
Well, somebody said, give us all the weapons from the first 2 Bayonetta games as, like, DLC or something. Like, imagine able to use Odette and Rakshasa in the same time.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Like, I don't know why they took
Or
it out.
using Durga and Undine.
Yeah. I don't know why I think that was another YouTuber. I don't know why they didn't implement them back into Bayo 2. I'm not. Maybe it was the change in management. The news. It was Atsushi Inaba, I think, was one of the producers. I think he didn't allow it. I don't know. But yeah, it would be cool to have him as a DLC again back in Bayo 3. I wanted
see what I'm
to.
saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. I wanted to ask about online capability of Bayonetta 3. What I just want to hear what you feel like would be fitting for Bayonetta 3. Would it be tag climax? Will it be something else? Will there be no online? I want to hear.
Personally, Umber Climax is still one of the main mechanics that people do with Bayonetta today. And I believe that having something outside of the story is a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, what I want them to do is take the concept of tag climax and the witch trials and the angel slayer thing,
Yeah.
and put it together. You know,
I
like,
see.
give us another stage climbing tower thing to do.
Stage
You know,
climbing, I
give us
see.
a-
Yeah.
Yeah, give us that. Give us that. Give us like the angel slayer level or the witch trial levels or whatever you want to call them. Give us that. Give us that. And give us tag climax too. But give us something more. Like, what I want them to do is take both concepts and combine them into where you and another player imagine playing Angel Slayer with another player.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or witch trials with another player. You can rage together. Like, I think that would be pretty
Exactly.
cool.
Ooh, or imagine being able to do it with a group of at least 4 other players.
Yeah,
Or 3.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. A team climax, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes. Like, this is what I was gonna call it. The power of 3. You know, because there's always like 3 witches.
Yeah,
Witches always
yeah.
come in 3s.
Yeah,
Though,
yeah.
to be honest, I don't know. You can Google this if you don't believe me, but
No, that's all right.
traditional coven of witches has at least 12 witches.
Right. Okay.
But the popular thing is 3. So what I thought about calling it Trinity Climax or the Power of 3.
Power of 3. Trinity climax sounds cool. I think they can implement that into. I mean, they did tag climax. Now it's just adding one more in there. So, and it's historically relevant. And I think Hideki Kamiya can do that. So yeah, props to you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, for example, they could have it like if you're not gonna have co-op in the actual story mode, which is fine. At least give us co-op in like a bonus stage or bonus stages.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
y'all are capable of doing that.
I mean, in
And
Code
make it so we
Vein,
can
they
pull
did
off
that.
Hmm?
Do you know
Yeah,
Code
Code
Vein?
Vein,
Yeah, they did a co-op thing,
I
and
haven't played it, but I know of it.
yeah, like for any part in the game, you can co-op online multiplayer. So if they could implement that into Bayo 3, that would be pretty cool.
Imagine being able to weave in your combos with other players.
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
Like-
Oh my goodness.
Say you and I would have played together. I do a combo on a certain enemy. I wicked weave, punch, uppercut them into the air, and right as they're going up, you.
I'm there. I'm there.
And then you go in.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Like, imagine the coding and the planning for this game. Like, if they can implement these, it's going to be a tough game to make, but I'm sure they can pull it off. They have a new office. I hope they can pull something off like this. That'll be pretty cool.
They can, because they're still working on Project GG. They were able to drop They did Near Automata and they did Astral Chain,
Yeah.
so they can definitely. And we're talking about the studio that originally made Bayonetta in the first place, so they can definitely do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And Platinum, in case you post this, Rock, Platinum, I know y'all watch this. We spilling some tea.
Please credit us. I'd love to be in your credits. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I hope they do watch this.
Run me my money.
Run me my money. I just like, if you are watching this, Platinum, I was about to say kamsahamnida, which is thank you in Korean, but arigatou gozaimasu for watching. But like, yeah, I don't know, because Platinum Games did go on a liking spree. I think their social media team went on a liking spree for a lot of people who used the Platinum Games hashtag or Bayonetta 3 hashtag or Bayonetta hashtag. I don't know, did Platinum Games like any of your tweets or images, like Instagram or anything like that?
Well, I tried to, at the last minute, to do something for the Bayonetta anniversary post thing that they were doing on Twitter.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I got into it late because I was in some personal drama.
Oh, okay, I see. Sorry to hear about that.
I did manage to... no problem. Though I did manage to post a little something in regards to the Bayonetta Bloody Fate movie.
Okay, cool.
So, but like I said, it was at the last minute, and I didn't win anything, which it's fine because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about the Bayo fandom. You know what I'm saying?
and our queen as well. So.
Period. Say it louder for the hoes in the background.
For the queen.
So freedom.
So. For Bayonetta 3, I don't know, do you have anything else about Bayonetta 3 that you'd like to bring to light?
Yes.
Sure.
I have a bunch of things. Like, my last concern is, okay, I don't know if you know this or not, but Yusuke Hashimoto isn't with Platinum Games anymore. And he's the one who not only directed Bayonetta 2, but he was the one behind the enemy designs for all enemies in both games.
Oh,
so
okay.
with him gone...
It's going to be different, right?
Yes. There's no telling what the enemies are going to look like. They have to implement new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they'll get some old enemies in there at some point, but still, what are the new ones going to look like?
I really wonder.
Like, what I want them to do is hire a whole team of designers, you know?
Yeah.
And have each of them make all kinds of angels and demons for us to fight with, like, you know?
Oh my gosh, like, I don't know, you might see some... I was thinking, like, a few months ago of, like, demon angel hybrids. Someone's experimenting with demon and angels. Sorry, what was this?
Nephilim.
Oh, what's that? Sorry?
Demon and angel hybrids.
Oh, cool. Oh, so they have a proper name. That's cool.
Yes, they do. You didn't know that?
Unfortunately, I didn't. I'm sorry.
The Nephilim are angel and human hybrids. The Cambions are demon human hybrids, and the Nephilim are angel human.
Angel human. Okay, yeah. So like those hybrids, like I was thinking about them. I mean, you can have both. Angels and demons, I think they will stay in the Bayonetta franchise. It's just that there's going to be something else that's going to be in the pack to fight. So yeah, I think you're right on that one. And as you said, the enemy designer is gone. Was he fired? Did he leave? Like
he left. He wasn't fired. He left.
I'm sorry to hear that. Damn. Shit. Okay.
And this was like I think it was from 1 or 2 years ago. So that's what had me stuck to my core. That's why I thought the game was taking so long, because the main dude.
They need to find. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I see.
So I'm like, what are we gonna be getting into, child?
There's gonna be another designer that's gonna come in. Like I hope that I'm pretty sure they've chosen their designer by now and they've done some things. Kamiya has been saying it's going really well, so I'll trust him on that. So, but I just want something else other than going well. Like,
don't get me started.
Just something.
I can literally write a book,
a novel. You can write a trilogy for that. But like, what was it? I lost my train of thought.
Bayonetta 3 years and counting.
3 years and counting. Bayonetta 3 years and counting.
Okay. Now, I've touched on this, but again, I want to highlight this. I'm actually very, very excited that I get to talk to you. Oh my God.
Wait, really?
I had my own theory. Like, basically, we know that there are alternate universes and timelines in the Bayonetta verse.
Yeah, yeah.
My thing was, what if the world of chaos isn't a universe, it's a multiverse, because there are all these different timelines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Right.
And what if Bayonetta 3 encompasses Bayonettas, like you said, you want to see multiple Bayonettas interacting.
Oh, yes, please.
I actually had a theory about 5 of them.
Yeah, yeah. Who are the other two? Or who are they all? Sorry.
Okay, actually they're all different in my opinion.
Right.
Like the first one is, and these are all based on leaks and information of what we have now. Because like I said, Jubileus is dead, Aesir is dead, and Queen Sheba's the only one left. And the blood moon is a symbol, can be interpreted as a symbol of the apocalypse or a sign of change.
Right.
But it can also, I don't know if you've watched Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Oh no. Sorry.
Or if you've watched Seventh Son.
No, unfortunately.
But in both movies, you should. Both movies are about witches, and there's going to be a blood moon event, and the protagonists have to stop them from performing the ceremony. Because they'll become, apparently, blood moons are sacred to witches,
right?
And they'll become unstoppable. And there was a tweet or a post or something where a fan went to Camilla and asked him directly, "Does something special happen to Umber witches during a blood moon?"
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, "That's interesting, isn't it?"
Oh, so it could be. There is something about it then. Oh my gosh.
There could be a whole nother level.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't even know it. So yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to you about that. And
sure.
Okay, basically the 5 Bayonettas in my theory. Okay, of course we have the main Bayonetta that we know and love. She loses to the new antagonist.
Yep.
She's killed and her universe is destroyed, as in a certain leak. However, she's brought back by another entity. I'm not going to say it's a younger version of Jubileus because I don't really buy that. But I think it's going to be this entity called the Divine Will. Because if you read Jubileus' file and the file about the 4 cardinal virtues and all this, it keeps talking about the Divine Will.
Really? Oh, okay. That's cool.
But it doesn't really... I think it says that Jubileus is the Divine Will, but I don't really believe that Jubileus is that.
Yeah, yeah. There's something else. Was it? I just want to pull up. I'm gonna Joe Rogan this. So I'm just gonna pull up the Jubileus. Is it in the wiki?
Should be. Yeah, it's there.
So I'll just pull it up right now.
I think it says that Jubileus is an embodiment or personification of the divine will or something like that. But
embodiment of divine will. Yeah, it could be like its own being. Like I think that's pretty interesting. Gosh, good pickup on that, man. Far.
Thank you so much. I'll be here all week.
No problem. Yeah, so keep going. So it's gonna be saved by the divine will, and
yes,
keep going.
And the divine, and keep in mind, because think about it, Jubileus was the one ruling the original universe. Then there was this big rebellion, and she won, but she was weakened and depowered and forced into an eternal slumber, as it says in her file. And the Trinity of Realities was created from the big split.
Yeah.
And as a result of her loss of divinity, I believe that Aesir and Queen Sheba were born from her.
Right. Okay.
They're pieces of her, the original Jubileus. Because if you look at Omne, even though I can't agree that Omne is its own separate entity, it's still a combination of light and darkness. And the powers of Paradiso and Inferno. So yeah,
100%.
Omne, while being its own entity, is still Queen Sheba and Jubileus together.
Definitely, yeah.
Which means there must be another. I believe there's versions of Jubileus and Aesir out there. An amalgamation of those two, as well as an amalgamation of Aesir and Queen Sheba, and we'll have to fight one of the other two, or Omne herself, possibly.
Yeah. Oh,
you never
yes,
know.
Please.
My thing is, okay, so Bale's killed, her universe is just John, Luca, Radon, Enzo, everybody's gone. The entire universe of the world of chaos
is gone.
Erased.
Yeah.
But she's brought back by one I'm going to say is the divine will. And she's brought back she's given new power and a purpose. The eyes of the world are brought back. She has them.
Yeah.
But she also has this power called the witching hours, which I brought up, which she'll need to go into these other timelines and other realities. Within the world, her universe is gone, but the world of chaos still exists, which is why I thought it's not a universe, it's a multiverse.
Yeah.
she has to go to all these different universes and timelines and space-time continuums looking for
Mm-hmm.
copies of herself to get something from them.
Yeah.
Or save them in some aspect.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to learn something and recreate her world.
Okay.
Now that's the main one. Then there are 4 other Bayo versions.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is a Bayonetta from the Apocalypse. Basically, now that Queen Shiva's the only deity left in the Trinity,
Yeah.
Bayonetta's witch powers have completely evolved to a whole nother, not just another level, but a whole nother league.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where she could, I don't know what you call that thing, where Bayo and John sync with the Madamas, or like a devil trigger or something like that. What would you call that? What'd you call it?
You mean like Infernal Bond?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was thinking more of something like Infernal Synchronization or
Synchronization
or something like that. But
right.
It's cool. Did you know that? I forgot what the name of that was, but basically, Witches Kingdom. I don't know if you've watched this Strike the Blood anime, but there was this certain witch.
Yeah.
But there was this one witch who actually combined with her demon and achieved a newly powered state.
Right.
It was insane, and that's where I got the idea for my characters from.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, basically, there's one Bayonetta whose Umbra Witch powers are at a completely new level.
Mm-hmm.
I call her Dark Bayo.
Dark Bayo. I like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And basically, what Dark Bayo can do is she can basically... I don't know if you've watched the Overlord anime either.
No. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, there's a character named Demiurge who basically looks like a freaking devil with an orange and white striped suit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically capable of using this power called Aspect of the Devil, where he manifests as different demonic body parts.
Right.
Basically, I took that same concept and applied it to Bayo.
To Bayo.
Because she can use Malphas's wings.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, in my earlier list of ideas, what if she can use like Hecatoncheir's arms?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if she can use like Scalopindra's lower body and coil around like a Umbran Gorgon or something like that?
Yeah.
Or she can perform like a Banshee scream from Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because being able to use the abilities of the demons is part of the Umbran contract.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, who was the third Bayo? Third Bayo.
Okay, I call her Bayo. I call her Cereza Blanco.
Mm-hmm.
That means white Cereza. That means white Cereza. Or
white
Cereza.
Bayo. Yeah, white Bayo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Basically, in this timeline, things are altered from the very beginning because, you know, the whole thing about multiverse theory, some universes are similar to ours. Others are drastically
completely different. Yeah.
And in this timeline, Cereza Blanca or White Bayo, this is what would happen if after Bayonetta was born, what if she was raised by the Lumen Sages instead of the Umbra Witches?
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
So this one does have Lumen Sage powers.
Yeah.
And she's even more OP than Baldur.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Basically, I had a dream where Bayonetta was fighting Cereza Blanca in and you know, basically, you know, this little teaser trailer where she's fighting Baldur amongst all this floating debris, and it's an animation.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I had a separate thing where Bayonetta was fighting 4 other Bayonettas.
Oh, that'll be pretty cool. What the heck? Okay.
Okay, so there's Dark Bayo, Cereza Blanca. Then there's another one where I call her Mad Bayo.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she did inherit both eyes. This is basically what tells us if the main Bayonetta doesn't get the eyes of the world, this Bayonetta would be a version of her of what she would look like if she did. Basically, this Bayonetta is on some Doctor Strange type shit.
Yeah. I see. I feel you. Yeah.
She's warping reality, and she's even able to use. Basically, she got the Loki. This is what would happen if Loki gave her the sovereign power while he was dying.
Right. Okay.
She already has the left eye. She gets the right eye. She fights Baldur again, but they don't reconcile. But this is before she realizes the truth of who he is, and they reconcile and work together.
Yeah.
Instead, Loki gives her. Baldur actually gets lucky and actually lands a deadly blow on Loki. Mm-hmm. And Loki gives her his sovereign power.
Yeah.
And because he's obviously capable of transfer, because he's the reason she remembered the Snake Within power when he transferred his energy into her.
Okay.
So it's definitely doable. So Bale has the sovereign power, and she can control both eyes. And she beats Balder, the masked Lumen, and she takes the left eye from him, without realizing that she basically just killed her father all over again.
Hmm.
So now she has the eyes of the world. She realizes the truth. She sees the truth, and she goes after. She avenges her father and mother and goes after Luke Tier on her own.
Yeah, yeah.
And she takes the prophetic power from him, so now she can control the remembrances as well.
Right.
So basically, everything that Aesir can do, she can do. She can make, instead of shooting out wicked weave, she can make bluish purple or purple projections of her
Hmm.
hands, similar to the way
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can
what
make
they do.
with the symbols and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So she has her infernal powers, but she also has the chaotic power of Aesir for
Hmm.
herself.
I see. So this is like, and this is like the concept of what if from Marvel, right? Like the multiverse and all that stuff, and you're communicating within those multiverse. So you're interacting within those multiverse. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, keep going with the fourth one.
Okay, now the fourth one is oh
It's okay. Take your time.
okay. I think this one. Thanks. I'm sorry. It's just
Don't be sorry.
I want to say I want to say this is what would happen if Bayonetta did become the clan leader and the Umbra Witches survived.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that's the one because I had a whole bunch of what if Bayonetta versions. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
main one I remember. Okay, basically, Bale fights Dark Bale.
Mm-hmm.
Our Bale, original Bale, fights Dark Bale, and she learns how to use her darker arts.
Yeah.
She fights Sarita Blanca and learns how to use her Lumen Sage powers if she doesn't already know how to use them during her fights with Balder.
Yeah.
If she didn't learn by then or whatever. Then she fights she fights Mad Bale, and she gets the eyes of the world again, along with both the prophetic and sovereign power.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is cool. Okay, yeah. Keep going.
And then she fights Fourth Bale, which actually, yeah, you're probably gonna want to sit down for this one. This
Sure,
Bayonetta
sure.
is actually male.
Right, right.
Because they said it. They said it was possible. They
Yeah,
said they
yeah.
do it.
Like
Plus,
Atsushi Inaba said it, I think.
and I kind of want to see what a male Umbra Witch. I do want to see what a male Umbra Witch would look like. I just hope it doesn't look like a stacked or ripped or shredded.
Yeah,
JoJo
yeah.
character.
Jojo.
I ain't got nothing against JoJo. I ain't got nothing against JoJo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just my thing is more. What if he instead of that he looked like Link from the Zelda games
Or Joker.
Joker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he looked like Sakamoto from that anime, because a whole bunch of people like
Yeah.
to compare those.
Yeah,
I'd
I
still
know.
be fine. That I would be fine with it.
Mhm.
A ripped, shredded. I don't want to see an Arnold Schwarzenegger looking dude like
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
clothes and
I just don't think
his
it will
pose like
be
that.
as fitting for Umbran witches because Umbran witches are very slender. They're nimble. So
Statuesque, yeah.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I don't really see a ripped or buffed
As an Umbran witch,
guy
I
in
feel
anything.
you. Yeah, exactly. They're more of the I can take it. Like Umbran witches are the ones that do dodge. I get you.
Even though
So
they can't take it, they just don't want to get hit. Like, don't mess up my hair.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe they want to give off. And like, so the fourth one is the male bear, and Kamiya also said in a tweet that there are male Umbran witches and female Lumen sages. They're possible.
He did?
Yeah. I still have that tweet like in my screenshot. Wow. Oh, okay, goodness.
Yeah, send it to me.
Oh, I'll send it to you definitely. Yeah. You want it now?
Sure.
All right. So while I'm getting that out, I don't know if I still have it. I'll definitely find it. So who's the fourth? Sorry, not the fourth. What's so special about the fourth one? It's born male, a biological male, and is there anything that's different with that Bayonetta?
Basically, there was another leak that said that Bayonetta has to save the world again, and this time she has two siblings.
Right. Okay.
So what if I don't know if you saw that leak or not, but there was a YouTuber who brought it up. So I'm like off the top, I'm thinking, okay, Umbridge's sister Jean, but who's going to be the third one? It can't be Rosa.
Right.
So what if they decided to introduce another Umbra witch that isn't Rosa?
There
I
could
love that
be.
idea.
I do love that idea as well. That's really awesome.
I mean, because this is the third game, and like I said earlier, in pop culture and popular culture, witches come in threes. So they're going to introduce another character into the cast, which I love that idea.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I cannot wait. Because, I mean, imagine Bale, Jean, and another witch doing a summon at the end.
Exactly. And I think it is possible that there is a third witch out there that they could add more story to that. Like, it's not just I sent it to you, by the way, the tweet. So it's not. I'm pretty sure that there is someone out there, a witch out there that survived the witch hunts and the clan wars. So, and just seeing them reunite is going to surprise and shock Bayonetta and John. But it's more surprising us. It's like, oh my god, I thought there were only two witches, and then now this person comes in. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, keep going.
Or now, I was looking at like 3 different possibilities for that if it was actually true. I mean, I took it with a grain of salt, but I still had to speculate.
Was there another leak?
Just not
Like,
expect.
really? Oh, okay.
Now, now, Bayonetta does have 2 siblings. One could be Jean, and one could be, maybe they made a mistake and it wasn't a sibling at all, and it was just Rosa.
Yeah.
Or, what if it wasn't a mistake and there are 2 other witches, and they introduce, like, a past version of Bayo? Or if they're both past versions of Bayo, because like you said, that your theory made sense right then. So it could have been John and Rosa. It could have been John and another past version of Bayo.
Yeah,
It could have been 2 past versions of Bayo. But it could be John and another witch, or it could be 2 other witches altogether.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to save John all over again. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Now, let me just go ahead and say this and get this off my chest. I do love John. Red is my favorite color.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the gig, and her look in the second game is just
It's I fanguyed so hard when she came out of that plane, when she was first shown in that plane with her red outfit, like in the prologue, prologue scene of Bayo 2 when I first played it in 2019. Wow, so late. But yeah,
it was the long hair for me. It was
the long hair, the eyeshadow, just mwah. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness.
I do, however, I do respect, but at the same time, I didn't really like that they just gave her. They didn't give her any new combos for her guns. They changed the design a little bit, which kind of makes me sad, but I do kind of appreciate it because I love those little hanging tails,
charms.
those
Yeah.
tails from the for All for One from the first game, because
Yeah.
they did her. They're the reason I love her outfit so much. Those hanging puff balls off those hanging puffy tails.
The
off
3
the
Musketeers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. I loved it.
I see.
It was just the design of the guns and those big old rings and those pink puffs hanging off of them. I love it. And I do like the fact because she has long hair. They would have gotten in the way, which is why they got those cute cat plushies.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I
They
see.
definitely do Jean and her guns justice in this series.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I stand.
Speaking.
However-
Yeah. Sorry. Keep going.
Go ahead.
Are you sure? I'm
Okay.
diverging off, so just go with your one.
Okay, so I want them to do like justice, like give us DLC for Jean.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Make it, like I said, make the game long. I want the game to take
Yeah.
7 to 10 hours to finish.
Yeah,
That's just me.
Like,
I want
goodness.
to give us a segment of the game where we have to play as Jean. Like,
Yeah.
have her redeem herself. Have her use abilities and moves that even Bayo can't use.
Yes.
And for the love of God, give her her own weapons that aren't just repainted over versions of Bayonetta.
Yeah,
Please.
true.
At least give us 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Please.
And
Like,
Kamiya said, like,
you
John
know-
was the favorite. John was his favorite, I believe. Or he really likes John. He really likes John. Like, I remember him saying
I
that
can't
once.
Tell, though, he had Gamora one-shotter in the second game.
True. But Kamiya didn't direct that. He was supervising.
But it was still the story that he wrote, so...
Did he write that?
Yes, he writes all the Bayonetta lore.
Wait, so if he
least as
wrote
far as I know.
if he wrote that, then and he's gonna write Bayonetta 3 and a Bayonetta. He has ideas for Bayonetta 4. Then he might do John justice, or he will likely do John justice in Bayo 3. Then, if he just like hid her in Bayo 2. So yeah.
My thing is, I want John to like. She doesn't need to redeem herself. I mean, I believe that. Personally, I think that John is comparable to Bayonetta. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if they weren't, because they pulled off the Queen Sheba summit together. She must have been as strong as Bayo when she did fight Sheba, if not close to that level.
Right.
So, a lot of people are saying that she's multi-continental, but I disagree with. But I do want more from Jean. I want them to diversify her from Bayo.
Yeah, not just a Bayo reskin, you know, like.
Yes, don't give her like. What I'm thinking they're going to do is they're going to give Bayo new guns with new combos, and they're going to redesign Jean's old guns again if they're not going to give her new ones, and they're just going to have her use the same combos that Bayo had in Bayo 2, which I don't want them to do. I want them to give Jean her own combos. Like, I want to play as Jean.
Yeah.
Not just because of the
skin or the. Yeah, I get you. I see.
Like, yeah, I mean, I understand that it probably takes away from studio time, but it's worth it. Like, it shouldn't hurt.
It will definitely be worth it.
You know, you can give her the weapons that Bayo has, just with different abilities and different names and different colors and whatnot. Just give her like a few weapons, you know, to separate herself.
Yeah.
You know, Jean. Put some respect on Jean's name.
Put some respect. I think that's the thing. Put some respect. Of yeah, I get you. It's like you really need to differentiate Jean with Bayo. Like, she's not just a Bayo reskin or a Bayo recustomized. Like, you want her to be her own character. And like, her one is, even though she is the side character, she's a great side character, and she is like the main character. Yeah, she's a like, how she supports Bayo and her adventures, and like, and that's why Bayo saved her, and like they're best friends and whatnot. But like, I think giving her a great redemption in Bayo 2 would be pretty cool. So like, and story mode wise as well, lore wise, give her some input into the lore, because I know a lot of people love John, like in fan art, in fan fiction, like they do a lot of things with John, if not more than Bayo. So putting her into it, like making her canon in the game in terms of lore, gameplay, features, that would be pretty great. Please, Platinum Games. Like,
like, and have some places at the game, like, make the game long.
Right.
I mean, it took 3 years to do it, so make the game long, and have some spots where we play as Jean, you know?
That's right, that's
like,
correct.
What would it be like if we find out at not the very end of the game, but like halfway or a third way through the game, we find out that Jean survived the destruction of the universe. She was saved while everybody else, including Bayo, was killed, and she was given a whole other assignment to take care of. Exactly.
I just... Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, because Bayo, the odds of the world aren't going to be the only treasure in this game now. If the leaks are right, there are going to be 2 other treasures. One is called the Enlightened Mind.
Yes, I heard about that. Oh, yes, please. I want to see like what those are. Like, I want to see that. Like, ooh.
Like, please, and let it be cool. Let her get them. Let her get them all.
Yes.
Oh, but another thing for me is, I swear to God, they better not do this.
What's up?
I feel personally, and they can call me out on it. I don't care. And if the rest of the folks in the raccoon community can hear me, I don't care. I'm calling it.
Sure.
Bayonetta, by the end of Bayonetta 3, she's going to have the eyes of the world, the enlightened mind, and the heart of darkness, if they exist. And she's going to give it all up. And it's all going to be back to normal. It's going to be business as usual.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's how usually the games end.
Do that.
I wonder how that's gonna work, how that's gonna play out. Like, if she does get it all, like it's like with Thanos. Like, you got all the Infinity Stones, the whole lore and the whole MCU changed from the blip or the resnap. So it's like, how are they going to implement that? In Bayer, they better not, again, like what you said, they better not just say everything's back to normal. There's going to be something else that will, what was it? That will, was it? No,
That will move the plot along.
Yeah, it will move the, it will, there's a word for it. I'm sorry, there's a word for it that will
That's what.
Jumpstart into Bayer 4.
And it's going to be something. That's why, like I said, there are 3 spheres in Paradiso. There's supposed to be 12.
Right. So there has to be more.
Really, it's not just. There's not just one. There are 9 hells, and there's not supposed to be 1 heaven. There's technically supposed to be 12 or 12 levels of heaven overall.
Yeah. I see. Like
you can look that up.
Yeah. I believe you. Don't worry, I believe you. Just don't worry, I believe you. It's okay. Like, if there are more, go ahead.
Yeah, and now that Bayonetta is at this OD level of power and ascended into it, into what she's the strongest in the multiverse, there's going to be different levels of heaven, of Paradiso and Inferno, higher levels. With her awakening into this state, is going to awaken. It's going to have a counterbalance.
Yeah.
And this counterbalance is going to balance it out. Is going to wake up primordial forces in Paradiso and Inferno that are going to challenge her.
100%. So it's like
It's going to be a whole new level.
Exactly, like what you said. Now that you said there are more spheres in heaven, Paradiso heaven and Inferno hell. So it's like the Paradiso and the Inferno that we've seen in Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2 is like only the surface level of them. So that's what you're saying, right? That's what you're saying, right? You feeling me, or I'm feeling you? So I want to see.
We're feeling each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like I do wonder, and I'm pretty sure you hit the nail right on the head on this. Like the humanoid looking, not humans, but humanoid looking beings of Paradiso and Inferno. I want to see what they are. Like we've just seen potentially the surface level or the surface of Paradiso Inferno. So
I'm trying to tell you, friend.
So I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. Like,
and what if the 3 spheres of the hierarchy of Laguna are all just from the first level?
Exactly. Like there's more. Exactly.
Because the Seraphim class, like Gracious and Glorious. Oh my God, those bastards.
Those bastards.
They're the strongest in the hierarchy, outside of the 4 cardinal virtues.
Yeah.
And joy and glamour. So joy and glamour should also be as strong as they are, given that they're the same rank. So and if we're going by the lore, Gracious and Glorious are planet level.
Right.
You could argue and say they're universal because world. It said that they can destroy the world with a fraction of their power, and and the Seraphim are closest to God. So so they could be universal. But nobody's really gonna believe that, even if we do say it. So
I really think that we've just we've just seen the easiest level of Paradiso and Inferno in Bayo 1 and 2, and there's definitely much more to them that meets the eye, and no pun intended. But I think that's what's gonna happen. Like Bayo 3 is going to show us a whole new level of Paradiso and Inferno. So that was a really great pickup on that. I have a video coming up potentially tomorrow. I haven't filmed it yet or written it yet, but I want you to be in the video. We're recording now. It's okay. I just want to. I just want to. No.
Like my mama say. It's just like my mama say. I felt that in my sundown, honey. You made me shout in the bed right then.
Oh, don't worry. It's not a problem. I wanted to find out your thoughts on this leak that just came out yesterday. It came out yesterday.
Seriously?
Yes. 4chan, and it looks. It's one of those leaks where it's not just a text, right? It's not just a text. It's actually an image. And what I love about these leaks is that they're not just, of course, I always assume that the leaks are fan-made, and that's okay, I understand that. But it's still cool to analyze, you gotta feel me on that. It's still cool to analyze, even if it's fake or not.
Yes, I do. Hey, I just went over the stuff about the heart of darkness and the and the eye of the world, stuff like that. Yeah, I pay attention.
Exactly.
Yes, I would absolutely love to, a million times yes, 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 and yes.
All right,
Wait,
all
you said
right.
you want to record now,
Oh,
or
it's already been recording. So I'll just tell you. So this segment is going to be in the next video. So I'll put the whole podcast on, and then I'll cut this segment out and put it in the video, which I'll potentially do tomorrow, most likely. So I'm gonna send you the image now, and I just want to ask you like how I just want to hear your thoughts on it. Ready?
okay, let's
All
get
right,
it.
let's get it. Here we go.
Send it to
So
me.
sending now. It's marked as spoiler. I just want to let you unveil it yourself.
Oh, it's blurred. It's blurred, friend. It's blurred.
Go.
Okay, let's go. What in the world?
So this leak came out literally yesterday. It was sent by someone on Twitter. Like, I, God bless their soul for sending it to me while I'm on break. Like, this made me come out of my break. Like, okay, I want to work now. So let's see. So this was on 4chan. It came out yesterday, and I also screenshotted the conversation that people had below it. So the story behind this
let's
leak.
take a look at this.
Yeah, so in summary, the story behind this leak is that the guy who leaked this, quote unquote, worked on the promotion for Bayo 3, and then he used the John model as like to play around with the animation and whatnot. Yeah, so I like the image. It looked pretty cool. It definitely looks like just a Bayonetta teaser reskin of John, but. Yeah.
It looks a little. I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little Photoshop, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not mad at it. And plus, this adds to my multiverse theory that I just talked to you about.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
I also had an idea. Like, it was a passing idea. I didn't want to include it in my theory because I didn't like the idea entirely. But what if one reality, John had the left eye instead of Bale?
Yes, I see what you mean. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah.
me see.
So I do believe this could be possible.
It could be
Yeah,
possible, definitely.
I mean, if other multiple timelines are possible, then definitely. If there are timelines where events occur in the original universe where we know everything that goes down, there
Yeah.
could be other ones because time is fluid. I have this thing called the perpetual seed theory or stigmata.
Yep.
And basically everything that can happen has happened somewhere.
Oh, I like that. I like that that
Like
idea and
everything
theory.
that's that like stuff like magic and
Mm-hmm.
basically stuff like magic and alternate physics and all this other stuff that
Yeah.
we say is not real. It's just not real to us.
To us, yeah.
It is real somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Because the universe is a grand. That's why I say like aliens exist,
Mm-hmm.
and people look at me crazy like. You really gonna sit there and tell me that this whole universe exists and it's confirmed, and you think we're the only living beings into it?
Yeah,
There are like countless millions of species of animals and stuff.
Definitely.
Alone.
Definitely. Like I think that it's possible, definitely with the gargantuan size of the universe, definitely possible. So with this leak, it does seem like those MMD figures, like MMD, like you get to play around with 3D figures in a software. It does look a little bit like that. Are those guns the same? I'm a little bit colorblind, but are those guns the same as All for One?
Yes, they are.
They
They're
are,
the same
okay.
ones from the first game.
It's the QDJ model as well. It's the white Umbran suit that she has. Actually, wait.
But if you notice, she doesn't have the long sleeves like Bale does.
Right. I'll compare it later with the actual white suit that she wears. And she has the old hair, she has her glasses, she's getting beaten up. Yeah, they say it's just a model change for the promotional thing. I don't know. Would Platinum Games ever let this happen? Would Platinum Games let leaks happen? I'm not too sure. It's pretty fun, nevertheless, to see how this looks. So, yeah.
It is fun, but I highly doubt they've been so tight-lipped about everything. I doubt
Very
they'll put this
tight.
out if it is genuine.
Yeah. Like
For 3 freaking years.
definitely. What was I gonna say? Sorry, lost it. But the
No, take your time.
the thing with using a John reskin, where they with the animators just playing around with it, where they is a screenshot. It's like a very distinct screenshot. Like, I see. If I were to leak something, I don't know. If you were to leak something, if you were an animator to leak something, would you leak this, or would you leak something important? And
I would.
I would. I would. I don't want to get fired, but yeah, I'd do it anonymously.
You know, because we really don't need to keep the project's name out there because there are a whole bunch of Bayonetta fans, and we're gonna keep asking about it regardless anyway. If they tell us nothing, even if they don't tell us anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I believe this is supposed to be like a silent reminder or something for our patients. Now,
Right.
again, this is a leak, so we do have to take it with a grain of salt.
Definitely.
But that doesn't mean we can't think, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
know what I'm saying?
You know, this guy could not be BSing, you know?
Plus, I do have my own. I've had my multiverse theory for a while, so there have to be, because there are other timelines, so there have to be other realities. Plus, Jubilee has created 3 universes during the fight in the first game.
Yeah.
So yes,
I see.
and the world was split into 3 realities, and Paradiso is confirmed to be 1,000 times larger than ours. So, what if there are? We don't have our universe isn't 1,000 times larger than the observable universe in your and my reality. But
Yeah.
what if? But the trinity of realities are always in a state of balance. You know. So, what if instead of being 1,000 times as large, what if there are 1,000 other universes in the world of chaos?
Exactly. Like the multiverse. This is when the multiverse theory comes in. Like the amount of gameplay.
What if this Jean is from one of them, and she was in the universe that was attacked by the main antagonist before it got to our Bayo's world?
Right. Like it could be. It really could be.
But again, I could be reaching, but you never know.
You never know with these things. I don't know. Some people get really salty with like they say Bayonetta 3 is cancelled.
But I do see what you're saying more or less. You know, they're just impatient. They don't want to think about it because they hate waiting for it.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I get you.
What's up, y'all? It's Bayonetta Minaj. Please subscribe to Rakun's channel. He is the best friend you can have. A Bayo fan for life. We keep it real over here. I'm Bayonetta Minaj, and happy theorizing.
Hey, that was awesome, man. Thank you so much. All right.
You take care of yourself, friend. You be safe over there. Have a great time. Love you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
Friends and fandom over everything, period.
Yep.
I'm rooting for you.
All right.
Okay, brother. I'll see you later.
Much love. See you later. Bye-bye.